Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. Just doing some dishes and stuff.
Oh.
And I'm jumping on the creative server. Actually, I'm there already. Holy crap.
Wait, hold on. You use dishes?
Huh?
You use dishes? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I do dishes. Yeah, I'm the dishwasher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. No, getting a little bit of chores done before this. Oh, hey, I see you in this very cool looking your ship. I'm digging that design there. Oh, it's got a look. It reminds me a little bit of the front of something else, a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of a little bit.
Oh, like what? Somebody said it looked like the shit. What did Crazy said it looked like a Elite Dangerous ship.
Oh, it might look like that too. I think it's your ship there looks really, really cool. I like it. No, it's there's probably a lot of ships with the same front end. Well, not same. I mean, they're different every time. But I was thinking a little bit like the shade down the front.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that same kind of.
Yeah. The under kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but here. Can we despawn in this?
Totally, yeah.
Oh, cool. So I should be able to do that.
Oh, the Crate Phantom. Yeah, that's what Jen was saying.
Okay.
By the way, Fred Hophead popping in with the 15-man raid, and then we got Buko with the 4-month resub. What's up, bro?
098.
Now, Fred's doing this build talk interview stream thingy where he brings people into the game and kind of talks to them and stuff about their builds and whatnot. And he's wondering if you would be interested in doing that at some point.
Oh yeah, I could probably do that. Sounds cool.
Right on. Yeah, just send him a message, Fred, on the Discord. You okay? It's DI. DI, Jay.
DI.
DI.
What?
In the console.
DI is debug information.
Yeah.
It's just destroy. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to remove the shade.
Yeah.
And it's successful. It's just I had a really, really big number and I forgot it twice.
No. So that's what I mean. All you gotta do is you type DI, and then when you look at the build, it shows you the ID while you're in the console.
Oh, like the ID, so you don't have to put. Well, oh right. Well, you get it from the P menu too, right?
But then you'd have to memorize it from the P menu. You don't have to memorize it if it's still in front of you when you're in the console. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, I get you.
Yeah. Don't forget your cam there, J Cam.
Oh, J Cam. I'll just call it that now.
Yeah, J Cam.
All right,
J
Cam.
We got Elon Cam. We got Obi Cam.
So what does this puppy have? It looks like so these are bomb launchers. I thought you could only put 2 of those on
4. Yeah, 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Let me lift this up a little bit here. I don't know. Oh, I can't. I took the generators out because I was doing the interior.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, so 4 bomb launchers, and then it's got some backup rocket launchers.
Yeah, no, that looks really cool. I'm loving this this like you got a wing and then you got like another like kind of like wing like over the top of that and it ducks it all. Yeah, it's got a really good look to it.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, oh, that's cool.
Got the JRandall radar up there.
Yep. Yeah, the SVs do get the long range radar. So yeah, that is so bombs and rockets it looks like.
Bombs and rockets, man.
And what's your curb weight here? That was pretty light. 85.7 tons. Not too shabby.
I'll just actually throw some fuel in here because we are in a testing zone here, so we might as well, right?
Yeah.
So ammo.
I'm just. Oh, there they are. I was looking for where the side thrust was, and it's on the bottom over there. Okay, I got you.
Right.
Yep. No, I dig it. That's got a neat appearance to it.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Fashion.
Hey, it's Doc. What's up, man?
Hey.
There you go, Jay. Take it for a spin there.
Oh, you got generators in it now?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a target.
Oh, a target. All right. Oh, it's got fuel too. Oh, wait. It needs CPU blocks. It's gonna have to have CPU blocks yet, so I can grab.
It should still be able to. Oh, it doesn't.
No, well,
Okay.
I'd say at 6,000 CPU and it needs 48,000 or something.
Should still fly though. Oh, does it? I guess not. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, you don't even bother putting in all the little ones, huh? You're just like,
No, just There you go.
Hey, nice. That seems to fly pretty good. So let's see.
I put the Pilgrim over here for you to blow up.
Oh, the Pilgrim, huh? All right. And we got bombs in here and take it. So,
have you ever done this?
I've never done a bombing run yet. I know you got to be moving at the speed and direction that you want, but I'm not sure aim yet.
No. So it basically follows the momentum and the angle that you're going at. So if you fly straight for the target, fire off and then lift after you fire, it should hit the target.
All right.
So you're gonna let him do something that asteroid?
I didn't have the bombs loaded that time, so let me try this again here. So we're gonna fly max speed, bam, fire. Oh wait, they just fell right there.
Yeah, you're pretty low.
Oh, okay,
you
okay.
Be closer. So, yeah, and you got to be top speed. Like it's gonna go as fast as you're going.
Right. Yeah, I thought I just hit 70 right before that, but okay, so. Nope, same thing. Okay, so they drop pretty much right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Try this again here. Make sure they're loaded back up. Oh, now it went over.
Yeah, it's gonna take some practice, man.
Yeah, it is. Learn exactly where they fall. Over again. Okay. Yeah, there's a delay there when you hit it, so I gotta launch them a little bit quicker.
We should have a event around this.
I get it that time. Probably didn't do anything though, because I don't think it blows up in creative.
Oh, it should. It does in my creative.
Does it got rockets in here too?
No rockets.
Okay.
No cheating, sir. Let me try it.
So wait, hold on. This should be a guaranteed hit, right? I'm not moving. No,
they won't even move.
Oh, they won't even move.
Shoot
okay.
them? Yeah, go ahead and shoot them. They'll just stay in the air.
Okay. Well, here I'll try this one more time. Yeah, I know that was directly like on the. Seen them like hit the solar panels on the top.
Did they? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I wonder if this is a server thing then, because in my single player creative, like, it was fine.
Oh, was it? All right. Well, let me put this puppy down here a minute. Oh yeah, you can try. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna do damage to it.
Wait, I don't even see the weapons. Like, what were you shooting? The rockets?
No, I was shooting the bombs. You should have bombs there too.
Yeah, it was under number 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's the bomb. Okay, I'm stupid. It didn't show that in my. That's weird. All right. Why is my ship just moving?
Oh, I thought you were just felt like strafing off to that direction. I have no idea. I have no idea why your ship's just moving that way.
Did you hit I by any chance?
No, keyboard issue. I get it.
Oh, okay, okay. Looks cool.
Yeah, it hit it, but yeah, I guess it doesn't. That's weird. Like, it does it in my single player creative.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Reforged Galaxy thing, because I'm using Project Eden Creative.
Okay. Yeah. So that time, yeah, there's your bombs, and they fell. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's
I
lame.
know. Yeah. I'll have to test them in creative though, and just single player creative too. I haven't had any practice with the bombs yet. Now I was doing a lot of different test chassis and things and stuff and thruster stuff and other things, and I was not really having much luck.
No?
Nah.
Well, you wanna look at some of what you were doing, or?
No, I'll show you one thing that is I know I gave you a heads up on this Discord earlier, but I'll show you the one creation that works quite well, and I didn't expect it to work at all. But it's very expensive to make it work well. So remember this old thing?
Yeah, I remember this one.
That's like, yeah, the old MX-15 heavy son of a gun. Let's see, what do we weigh? We weigh 273 tons, so it's almost the identical weight as that of the that new tank, that Phalanx tank. But to get this thing operational, it needs a massive amount of parts added to it. So let me do that in a minute. You could, let's see, what I'm gonna need: cores and more cores and more cores and some more cores and then some generators. But beyond that, that's about it. Approved, advanced. Probably don't need a sniper rifle. Of course, I need a sniper rifle.
Oh, so you've gone back and updated this fairly recently because you got the shield in here.
Yeah, I did. I did do an update to this. When vanilla kicked in like some CPU stuff and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, you got a detector. You got the new cargo. Yeah.
But it's still rocking. If you look, 269 RCS in here. And I can't seem to put. Oh, I'm an idiot. I went to HVs and I grabbed all the cores for HVs, not SVs. Okay, so let me just litter the interior with lots of junk.
Good with the new SV thrusters. Well, the new old SV thrusters, but this one had the old ones.
Yeah, it did.
I remember, man, this thing looked like a Porsche back in the day. Like, what? Look at this thing.
Oh, yeah. No, it was...
Holy shit.
It was a pretty big ship and stuff, and... okay, so then I gotta add, like, a bazillion quantum cores. Let's see. Let's just remove some seats. Don't need seats. Doing here so far. CPU. Oh, need some more. Blip. 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 It's a lot of quantum cores, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, we're still not there. We're gonna need a few more than we think yet. Okay, so we're a little over now. Good, that's great. Now I need to add a bunch of generators. Six should probably do. All right. Well, you want to take her for a spin?
Yeah, I was comparing it to the original. Let's see what we got here.
I never thought it would fly again. Yeah, the reverse thrust isn't super wonderful, but yeah, everything else should be able to do pretty good maneuvering and stuff for being almost 300 tons.
Yeah.
You are some crazy pilot, man. You do air maneuvers I've never seen a pilot do.
I'm just testing. I'm testing everything at once. Normally when I test a ship, I try to go in 3 directions at once.
Right.
See what everything's doing and all. That's all. It's not to look cool or anything.
Yeah, I know.
That's good because you didn't look cool. So.
No. I wasn't trying. Yeah, it definitely moves. I'd be interested to see what it does without the RCS.
Oh, well, we can mass remove those.
Yeah, let's try that. You want to do that?
Yeah, let me turn on the dog menu, and I got to place an RCS to know what it's called first. Let me grab one.
You don't have any expos in here? No.
Maybe. That's all right, though. That's all right. I got one here. So... Oh! I noticed they moved the debug information off to the side now, which is actually a good thing. It used to be right in the way of everything else. Okay, so we're RCS block SV. So replace blocks. Oh, ID. That's in there too. 198020 and RCS. Block SV with empty. Bam. Okay. Remove 270 RCS. Okay, no RCS in there now. So it looks like it's turning. I can't imagine it would turn as good.
It's not as good, but it feels more realistic and less like glitchy.
Okay.
You know the twitchy feeling, like, well,
yeah.
You love the twitchy feeling, but you know what I mean, like the it feels like it's a heavy ship that can still move well. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Tell me what you think. But it's still, I mean, it's a little more sluggish, definitely, but
okay.
But the fact that it still moves.
It didn't seem that. It didn't seem that bad.
No.
Not too bad. I was just just holding down the arrow key. I like to do these straight turn tests.
Mm-hmm.
Like hold down the arrow and so it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, it's not quite as maneuverable, but yeah, that was like 270 RCS, which is quite a lot of RCS. In fact, with all of
what's your CPU now? That's the interesting question.
And now it's at 118,000. Okay. So yeah, it could lose quite a bit. It still needs quantums. Everything above 60, but yeah, I was surprised it moved like this. But I kind of realized what was going on with this, and it has to do with the rear thrusters that are used on this one. When you look at the SV thrusters on those 2x2x5 thrusters, there's two versions in Reforged Eden. Now, when I first built this, I mean, they both did the same thing. It was a looks thing, and I think I used this model instead. But these have torque to them. So these 8 thrusters on the back of it have this this torque rating, where the other thrusters that are on the sides and the rest of the thrusters on the ship do not have that torque rating.
Really? Even the version 2 of these?
Right. Well, I mean, if you take a look at the SV thruster parts in your, you'll see that there's a medium jet thruster, and that one. No, wait, that's not what's on here, is it? No, there's a medium jet thruster, and that just has force, and then there's a medium jet thruster MK2, and that has torque and force. Okay. And I think it's that torque rating maybe that's helping it. I don't know, but
yeah, well, that's essentially what he did with the HV thrust, right? That's why it has torque. The big HV thrusters now have torque, so they're giving you RCS too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we had talked about before with the messing around with those other things.
So then this, but didn't it list those as RCS then? Because this is showing like RCS is 0 now because they're all removed.
Maybe, yeah. I see your point with that. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I guess Vermilion would have to answer that, but
Yeah.
I would assume, because if you look at the HV, it also has a torque rating of 80 kilonewton, whatever that means, and
80 kilonewtons.
and then the torque. So it's the same measurement. So yeah, I would assume it's the same thing.
Okay. All right. And you know, I didn't save a couple other things, but I was gonna
replace blocks might have messed it up too. So what you could do is yeah, let's place an RCS and remove it. See if that fixes the
Oh, here. Okay, there's an RCS, and I'll just zap it with a. No, I guess you won't zap it with a multi-tool. Yeah, well. Bad. Okay, so add. Same thing there. So, okay, over here, we've got a couple test SVs. Now, believe it or not, although they have the exact same parts. There's no blocks. They have the exact same thruster count, fuel, everything is identical on these two. Which one do you think flies better?
Well, I know the answer, but for the sake of the video, I'll say the big one.
Right. Well, so yeah, if you want to try it, you know.
Yeah. No, and this is, I think, true in vanilla, right? Like in vanilla, this would be the one that.
Wow, that's like a total stealth ship, because all those parts like have a call distance on them. It like completely disappears when you get a little bit further away.
Nice.
Where you normally see the ship. So, and the other one over here is the same. It's the same thing, but wait a minute. Did this just fly in the air? Did it just move? Is someone in there?
No.
What the? And I'll fly that one and steer it around a little bit. You'll see that it's
definitely
a whole lot more maneuverable. But yeah, if you add just a little bit of weight to that one you're flying, it flies like utter garbage. Garbage.
Okay.
So it didn't quite work out. Because I was going to try to base an SV on that kind of design, because it was far more performance than I was getting out of this other chassis with all the same parts. But it totally broke down. I added like I don't know, like 8 plasma turrets to that and a shield, and then it could barely turn at all.
Right.
So
okay, so then you kind of had a realization with this, but then when you went to add weight to it, you kind of got back to the drawing board kind of thing?
It failed. It failed with weight, because I didn't even add that much weight. I probably added about 50 blocks. I built like a thing. It got a little wider, but it wasn't any deeper. And I had the shield and stuff like parked on the back part. And I actually took the thruster count up to 30 from 16, and it could barely turn at all.
Wow.
I don't think I saved that one though, so I think that was in my other thing. I could probably go get it. I've got it over there.
Yeah.
All right. Here, let me exit and jump in my thing. And I got it. Yeah, there's a couple designs I forgot to save. So I just been doing a lot of experimenting, trying to figure out what gives and what makes one thing tick. And you know, I basically went through like literally, I think every numbered Merc ship, right? And there's quite a few of them, and they're all different, right? So it would give me like a comparison on trying to figure out which one flew the best. And to my shocking, totally shocked, the MX-15 was the best flying of all of them. I did not expect that. I totally did not expect that.
I wouldn't have either.
I
would have thought like the MX-8 or the.
Yeah, well, the MX-8 and 9, which are kind of like the same chassis, they actually did fly pretty good, but not the MX-15 outdid them. Oh, here it is. Here, let me save you. Bad chassis. How's that? Let's see. I have any other examples? One other one here too. This is actually that one. No, it's this one. That I've just been doing nonstop experiments, trying to figure stuff out, and I've been very frustrated. Mostly doing this, you know. I just here I'll swing back to your creative now. Because, well, you know, I do this. I did the same thing with, you know, the MCR on Scorpion too. You know, I did like a test chassis before I actually built the tank, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, what I was laying out with like thrusters and stuff was going to work. You know, was it going to hit the bill of what I wanted to do? Because I don't want to like go build something and then find that that design totally doesn't work.
Right.
So I did the same thing with the Phalanx tank too. I built like a test chassis of that one before I actually built the tank out of it. So okay, so let me spawn in this then. I'm back already. So okay, so now this here is a lot like that little one that performed really good.
Right.
With even more thrusters. It's got a 30 of these 1x1x3 advanced thrusters, and then fly that one once.
Wait, where are you? Okay, I see.
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, I got dark. Well, yeah, this wasn't trying to be and try to turn or anything, and it's just terrible at. And that's even with, you know, 16, 14 more of those advanced thrusters on it.
Wow.
And like hardly any blocks. There's a few hardened steel blocks. Most of it's steel, and there's really not much blocks at all on it. And it was trying to do that same thing, trying to kind of be close to the center of gravity as opposed to away from the center of gravity, but it doesn't work.
Right. Did you try it in vanilla?
No, I haven't. Vanilla, I'm pretty sure that this one over here, the one where the has a separation, I believe that is the flight model that I've tested at a bunch in vanilla in the past, and I knew that was a pretty tried and true setup. I didn't like it for one aspect, that it kind of forced you to build boxy designs, I guess. That was kind of my biggest thing, but it had some fluctuations. You didn't have to have it exactly like that, you know, but that would be pretty optimal.
Right.
But yeah, this other thing, I was thinking, well, because this flew so nicely, I was like, well, what if I obviously added some parts to this, and then it just flew like utter crap.
I think it's just weight distribution, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think, like, what's that prefab? This looks just like that one prefab. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, you know what? I don't think I saved that prefab either. It's, I had redone it fairly recently.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, though, don't you? The,
prefab,
like the one with the Star Wars cockpit.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. So, here's another one I tested out, the MLV Intrepid. Now, I think you flew this a long time ago. I remember even in the video, I think.
Yeah, the Crazy Z one, yeah.
Yeah, now this one's going to need some... It's actually CPU...
Run away! No,
yeah,
it's fine.
So, it still flies all right, but it really lost a lot of performance. That was a pretty stout flying ship in the past. And it was smooth, but you know, it still got some big thrusters on there and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't fly as good as it used to, for sure.
Right. That's a shame. How many RCS is in this?
Nah, I'd have to look. I don't know if it has any. It might have been after the newer flight model. I think it was.
I don't think so. That was pretty long ago. Oh, 2, yeah, no, that's 2.
Yeah.
If you were to put some RCS in there, I bet it would be good.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Like,
I mean, we're testing. Might as well throw a bunch in there. See what happens.
All right.
Just blanket like a whole row of it on the top of the wings or something.
And I have also proven too. I did some real some RCS testing, and I did. The RCS do give you bigger specs on the center of gravity or center of mass.
All right, so I'm flying the MX-8, MX-3.
MX-3. Okay. Yeah, that one I can't talk too much about. That wasn't a very. Oh no, you got the MX-8. Oh, MX-8 Redux.
This is the MX-3, right? The Redux.
Oh, okay. I seen the MX-8 sitting there. I didn't realize you're. Yeah, the MX-3 is really old, and that I got to say that one. I used that in game, but I looked at it now at how the interior is set up. Well, it doesn't have really an interior. I guess it does a little bit, but it's it's kind of a powder keg.
Yeah.
So the MX-8.
Oh man, why did this look like Top Gun and shit back in the day, dude? I thought this was the coolest ship ever. I mean, it's still cool, but it's cool because of, you know, what it reminds me of in the game. Like, but if you look at it now, you're like, man, I used to think this thing looked like just the most amazing jet. You know what I mean? Because no other ships looked anything like anything realistic.
Oh, right.
All very like sci-fi, spacey, blocky stuff, and then here comes a whole freaking jet, and I could just, do the theme song and everything. Like I'm walking on the flight deck, of the, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Walking to our MX-8s, like, yeah. Highway to the danger zone. Let's do it.
Well, that's why I built the MX-9, because the MX-9 is the MX-8. But was lifted a lot in appearance.
Yeah, no, I remember you did this. Yeah.
So this is the same ship, and if you look at it, the thruster placement and everything is the same as the MX-8, except it might have a couple more thrusters. I just threw some quantum cores in there to get it CPU compliant, but I don't know if it has enough power. Probably not.
It's weird. I want to know why some ships do this and some ships don't. Is it the RCS doing this? Like, this pancake twitchy thing that happens?
Yeah.
And it only happens sometimes with some ships. So I'm wondering what the layout is for that. I don't know if it's like the thrust spacing or what it is, but you get this like twitchy, like you see how easily I could like wiggle this thing? But not all the ships do that, and I wonder why it does that.
Well, that's the thing. I realize that, especially with SVs, I got the CVs down with 3-4 Eden, but HVs and SVs are just. I'm trying to figure out what is a really good setup, and thrusters, and I still can't say exactly what the hot ticket is, like yeah. Now the MX-18, that one. It can't lift off the ground with its lift thrust, but you can take off easily by, putting the nose up like you did. Yeah, but it doesn't have enough thrust power to actually take off.
I love the look of this. Is one of my favorite SVs you made. Like, I love the look of this. Like, it's like the MX-5, but like on steroids, and it's really good, dude. Like the MX-5 is cool, but it's not very threatening.
Right. Yeah.
It's just kind of that, like it's kind of like the ship that Will Smith flew up to take out, whatever in Independence Day. It's like, it's cool, but no, this is intimidating. It's like, oh shit, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Well. You see, where I'm at now with 3-4 Eden and trying to build combat ships is like none of these ships would be effective because of their weapons and stuff that they've got on them. Like vanilla specs, you could only have so much of so many launchers. There was no such thing as turrets on these things, and for you to like fly up to a POI and line up and fire like a volley of 4 rockets at a time at a POI Well, it could work on some POIs, but it's certainly not going to work on any shielded POIs or anything like that, you know. So my only solution right now to build a effective combat thing would be to either like try to do the new school thing, like what you're doing with the bombs, or to do like a like the here, I'll spawn one, like the death from above approach that I did with the Scar line that I never released. Let me get one of those out here. So yeah, now you've seen the first proto when I brought it in game, but this is proto 3 of that, so it got a little bit different.
Hold on, I'm goofing off. Where are you?
Oh, okay.
At least you're honest about it.
It's dark, so I can't. Well, I just wanted to see if my Karambit did the same twitchy thing, and it absolutely does. It flies around like some drunk freaking, you know, like. It's ridiculous, man. Where are you?
Oh,
Scar DFA? Okay, I see it.
Yeah, Scar DFA.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, so this is what we were using in season 1.
Well, kind of. Here, I'll show you the one we were using in season 1 and how it changed over 2 other revisions. So, so here is the here's the one we had in there, and this was the Proto 3 of it. It got a little bit bigger, a little wider.
Oh, it did. Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's basically it's more armored, and I strengthened up the back of it some more and put some extra things to deflect damage and stuff. But
I guess it is more. I can't. You know, I was gonna say like you just wanted more interior room, but there's no interior, so.
No, there's literally.
All right, I'll believe you about the armor thing.
Yeah, no, it is more armored. Like the first DFA, what I found is when you're doing those kind of runs, like trying to fly past and those homing missiles come at you,
right.
you're gonna get hit in the back. And what happens if you lose any of these thrusters back here? I think I lost like a couple on the one side over here. I can no longer hit the speed needed to outrun the missiles, so therefore all of them would hit me. And that is what I was trying to do on this one is strengthen it up a little bit, give it some more stuff, and I widen it so it has a little less explodey going on, so it could survive better. And then I played with the turrets a little bit too, and swapped out a couple for a couple different types and
I see that. Yeah, the newer.
Yeah,
What's
but
up,
yeah,
Julie?
no
Thanks for
interior
that,
space. I mean,
subs,
it's
appreciate it.
It probably could have some interior. I got things spaced out a lot inside, and there's gaps and holes and stuff in it. But
well, let me fly it. Let's go. So, but this is more of a like flyby bomber, right? Like it's not.
Well, it was really designed. I mean, if the shield were to hold up, it was really designed just to park over a POI and pummel it to death without flying away. But I figure, you know, if you start taking too much damage and your shield goes down, you'd probably want to get out and recharge your shield before doing another run, because it just couldn't take that much abuse.
Yeah, I think even I don't know. I don't know if an SV can park over any POI, to be honest. Like, I mean, the shields are gonna go down.
Well,
really quick.
It depends on the POI. I mean, I think when we were playing, I used the original DFA on not a very tough POI, and it was not a thing. All the plasma turrets on there was able to take out the enemy turrets before I think the shield went down, or right about the same time.
Right.
So obviously, if you had more turrets,
so see, this is what I'm so scared of in this game, and even with, you know, the mod and everything, is the engineering that's required to, not even the engineering, but just really the how do you map this? How do you know, and then it's a forever changing mod. So let's say you spend a month or two really digging into this and figuring out how these things are optimally going to be designed to be able to do whatever, and then, you know, on a whim this changes. Like I that's where I'm always apprehensive, right?
Yeah, well, you know, I get really depressed if I go through the workshop and I look at, like, especially like with the SVs, and I built, I don't know, 40 SVs, and literally like almost all of them are just worthless. I mean, in my own opinion, like, there's like no SVs that I would want to bring into the game. Maybe short of the DFA. I think that is the best at trying to go against POIs out of any of these.
Jay, fly this real quick. Fly this Arrow 365.
Oh, oh wow, that is a little bugger there. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it can't lift off the ground unless I pull up, but it does turn on it. Wow, it's like a mosquito.
Yeah, look at it. But it's only got forward and backward thrust. This is by Neurosight, and it's like his little starter SV. It's what he uses in the very, very beginning of the game, and it's like...
So it has no strafing thrust at all.
None at all, but you could turn on a dime.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, it's extremely lightweight. I mean...
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of... Like, it's awesome, but it just frustrates me. It's like... I look at this, I keep forgetting what this build's called. The Intrepid. And it's like, this thing's freaking beautiful. Like, I totally want to get in this thing and go freaking conquer the planet. And it's like, you can't, you know? No, you can't. And you know, the Intrepid, I do remember, that was one of the funnest builds I ever had in this game. I mean, I enjoyed building that ship so much over most everything. Probably because it wasn't too extraordinarily big. And it was like, get me in like different textures and colors and stuff, and I don't know, it was just a very fun ship to build. But it's just like, I want to build something fun again, but they don't work. They just don't have a purpose. It's like, you know, and that's it's bugging me a lot. And it's like, and I feel like obligated to try to build these things that can really do something, you know, effective for gameplay purpose. But something like the Intrepid or anything like that just doesn't do it. You know, it's like, so I haven't built it. I haven't built anymore. I mean, now I just keep on messing around with like these crazy turret creations to, you know, like that Krill Interfector and the new tank and the DFA. They're all about trying to put massive amount of firepower on a target really quickly, but that's effective. Right.
You know.
Hold on, I'm testing one thing here with your with the Intrepid here.
Ah, okay.
Alright, so I changed it all to plastic.
Oh, this one? Yeah, I bet you it's probably pretty stout now.
It flies like a freaking dream.
Oh yeah. I think it was just steel, or was it hardened steel? I can't remember.
Hardened steel, yeah.
Hardened steel, okay. So yeah, now it's plastic. Yeah, I imagine it would fly like a dream now.
So I don't know. I mean, I get the vision of Reforged, right? Like it's specific task oriented builds, you know, like the Intrepid. What's the Intrepid's what's the class? What's its use? What's it for, you know? Is it for going to the moon and back? Is it for combat? Is it for, you know, so in combat then what kind of combat is it? Is it dogfighting? Is it strafing? Is it you know, like bombing? Is it, you know what I mean? Is it long range sniping? Is it, so then, you know, the idea I guess is to make things specifically for these tasks,
right?
And I get how that adds longevity to your gameplay, because then it's like, now you can work towards really having a fleet of ships that you can pull something out of the stable for a specific use, for a specific POI. So like the Xenofortress, you know, would a bomber been a better thing, or would a sniper been a better thing, or what, you know what I mean? It's like, if we had options on, you know, some different things we could have brought,
right.
Yeah, so I get that. I do understand the idea of Reforged, but I don't know, I guess I'm always just a little uneasy with the investment of having to learn something.
All these RP things, like I would kind of look at the Intrepid as, you know, it's obviously kind of an RP thing. You know, it's an all around whatever. I guess it could be kind of a fighter, you know, a dog fighting kind of ship or something like that. But it was really, it's like supposed to be like a Porsche, you know. It was supposed to be quick and maneuverable and fancy and decorative, and it wasn't really about anything specific. It didn't really have a specific role. I think it could warp and shoot some stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah, so I mean, and you know, I listen to us, you know, because I sound the same sometimes too, and it's like you can't have it all anymore, and I guess that's how they kind of are trying to make the game all around. Both vanilla and reforged to a higher degree, but vanilla is kind of doing the same thing, where it's like builds are not going to be able to do everything now. You can't have one CV that's going to solve all your problems in game, and it's a smart strategy because it gets people to want to build more things. So I do appreciate the direction with that. I think the thing is that we've invested thousands of hours building amazing things, and you know, to have to go back and rebuild, you know, I guess new things, which is fine. Like, I always want new motivation, inspiration to build, but I also want to know that if I'm going to invest another 500 hours building new things, that it's not going to be wasted in 6 months.
Yeah, dude, it was to the point where my stuff was getting wasted within like weeks.
Yeah,
like,
that's what scares me. That's the scary part.
And I hate that. It's just like there's too much broken stuff. It's not fun trying to fix older things. It's just not fun. Now, like that ship there. This ship I think is fun. It probably flies like crap now.
This is the one where you got all excited because you could have like a ton of rockets, right?
Yeah, it's got 12 rocket launchers,
Yeah,
and honestly, it's huge fun to use, like shooting stuff with it. But it just, yeah, and it's really vulnerable to everything else. But you know, it had a bunch of rocket launch on. I thought it was fun. Remember that Scar Venom? That was all about plasma. It's kind of like what the Mav is, but doing the plasma instead.
Yeah.
You don't have any rockets in there, but you know,
I like the sound. But like, you know, I guess, you know, I'm kind of, I don't know. I think it's just kind of a reality check. The Reforged Eden thing is a little bit different because literally it's double scary, because not only are you worried about the development changing things to where Reforged is ineffective, but you're also worried about Vermilion changing things on top of what vanilla changes. And then you're also worried about having to build completely different for both the mod and vanilla.
Right, and that's another big that I think sucks for all the authors right now. It's really hard to make something work with both at this point in time, and if it does, you really can't use any of the extra parts that are in Reforged.
No.
And trying to balance the flight models, the two different flight models between vanilla and Reforged, and of course all the CPU stuff. I mean, you can kind of do it sometimes, you know, but like the miner, the M2 or the Plutus M2 module, it works with both Reforged and vanilla, you know, but it was a pain in the butt. It takes a lot of extra time to do. And then you got to go back and forth between like one editor and see how it works, and then go to the other one and see what it's going to need, and then don't use any of the new parts, or build two different versions and release both versions to the workshop. And that really sucks too, because that makes both of your versions perform much more poorly on the workshop, and that's a guarantee. It happens every single time you do two versions or more than one version of one design.
Oh, I got the same thing with the Labrys. The guy was like, "Oh, you know, in vanilla, this thing is ridiculously over-thrusted, and it's not a very good build, and all this shit." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you."
you see, like what you're flying right now.
Yeah.
I really want to build something like that, but I know from experience that it's not going to do much for you in game. But it looks cool as all get up. I mean, I think that is a sweet looking ship that you're.
I guess it needs. I think it needs quantums here.
Yeah, they're probably all only quantums.
Oh wait, this is a CV, right? No, it's an SV.
Like here's a crazy Z1 here. This is a killer looking ship over here too. This Flame Rider.
Yeah.
But But you know, there's another one. One of my most favorite ships ever is by Celesticor, and that is this guy right here. This one I just think is just stellar.
Is that the Cutlass Red?
Yeah, the Cutlass Red.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. I mean, yeah, I like this crazy Z ship too, but this thing over here, the colors and the shaping and
Thank you.
crazy amounts of LCD work and detail. This is just extremely good looking ship.
Yeah, let me come oogle over that for 10 minutes because I love that ship, dude.
Oh, yeah.
There's only a few ships, and the AM and actually the other one that was done before it was awesome, but I literally spawned this like even after the Designer's Challenge.
Yeah,
I went back after that episode and I looked at this thing for like another hour on my own and just you were in this ship the other day in Star Citizen, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Oh man, it's just unreal.
Well, here's the thing. I was looking at the one in Star Citizen, and sure, it looks good, but maybe it's because of the coloring or something. I actually kind of liked how this one looked better.
Yeah, the Cutlass Red looks better than the Cutlass Black, I guess, but no, the representation of this, just the detail in the thrusters over here, the color, the finish of the color, the gunmetal next to the color, like everything was just.
Oh yeah. And the interior just the same too. The work put into this is insane. But I love it, and I want to build stuff like this, but literally they don't work in the game for anything worthwhile. So that's what deeply saddens me. It's just like, you know what, when L Dog a while back, he built like that weird little thing that was carrying the fuel tank in front of it, and you were giving him crap about it. But it's just like, man, I still want to build something that doesn't have to be this technical whatever turret thing, you know, that I just want to build something that looks nice and flies good. But you know, it's like this ship here. I mean, what are you gonna
get past the hangar bay of this thing, dude? Listen, I have had experiences in Star Citizen with the Cutlass Red, where me, Lickin' and Windows, and I think Obsidian were all in this actual bay shooting each other, and then meting ourselves directly after the fight while we were warping because we were bored. And being in this room in a different game with somebody that built this, I'm remembering that experience. It brings back that experience for me. That's scary, dude.
Yeah.
That is freaking scary, because, like, this is insane. Look at these beds, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's
freaking incredible. Like, oh. And that's what is so intimidating with some of these guys, you know? It's like, not only did they build an insanely awesome looking ship that looks just like it, the outside, blah blah blah, the inside is even more interesting and fascinating, and the LCDs and it's.
Oh yeah, well, the game can do it, and I think I'm running into like a creator's block at this point in time. It's like I am so envious of like doing something for fun and looks and like detail and RP, but everything I'm doing is all about, well, it's got to have like 16 turrets and it's got to be able to move at this speed so it can run the missiles, and it's just like I'm just totally like losing it. Like it became so technical and not very fun. That,
you know, look at this thing. I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, but think about it. Despite how amazing looking that ship is, would you ever spawn it and reforged to do anything with it? I mean, and that's the same thing with like all these ships. I mean,
I'd come and pick you up if you were dead or something. I mean, look, it's got the little spotlight so I could find you. Like, dude, oh my, this is so accurate to the game. It
really is an amazing build. I mean, I love it to death. I love his color pick choices and the kind of that red tone with the black and the white and the gray.
I can't look at it anymore. Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that.
I don't know.
I just need. You know what I need is I need them to just say, you know what, this is how it's gonna be.
And you remember this one here,
and,
NMK 111. This thing's freaking amazing too.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Hey, and I am so jealous because I feel like I never can build anything like this or even try because
it's a style, right? It's a style.
Well, it's a style, but it's typically inefficient for gameplay. I mean, and that's the thing, you know. I've been so fixated on making things work for game that I totally lost the artistic style of things, or well, definitely haven't tried very hard to try to make pretty neat looking things again. But I love these things. I love these ships. I mean, they're some of the best ones I've seen ever for the game. I mean,
no, it's unreal, dude. And I don't know. I mean, and see that's kind of the answer is, you know, are we getting too deep in realism that, you know, we've gone away from the ability to kind of do this? And
yeah, I think so. Mentally, I have. I mean, and that's a problem. I everything I build, it's like, you know what I've been building lately. It's just like, oh, let's try to 60 turrets and weight this and try to get it to turn this way. But it's, you know, in the end of the day, I'm not really building anything that I would ever like want a picture of or draw on a piece of paper or like, you know, like, oh, I thought of this really cool shape for a ship.
And that's what sets Empyrion apart from every other game, is that you can make things that look like this. And, you know, and I think that's what they have going for them marketing wise. So like for them to, you know, and we are in Reforged Eden, and we are talking mainly about Reforged Eden. So I think we got to be careful there too, because it's not necessarily Elyon that's doing this. It's the mod, but the mod is also responsible for the amount of people I think playing the game still.
Well, it added so much content to it that you cannot deny that. I mean, would you want to like start a new playthrough in vanilla, knowing that there's Reforged with all the more stuff in it? I mean, would you really want to do that?
Well, I get what you're saying, but I would, just because I forget vanilla. But
oh, okay.
But you know what I mean, though. Like it's. But I hear what you're saying. It's true. It's like, you know, it's such a massive mod that, you know, not only are you getting the cool stuff like flamethrowers and bombs and shit, but he's completely changed the game completely. Like, and when you change a game that has so much freedom of building, and you completely change the way things need to be built and engineered, you divide the greater community, right? And you divide the workshop, to be honest. You divide everything. So then it becomes, especially with these smaller vessels, it's a little bit scary. It is. It's like, you know, I want to play Reforged Eden. I want to do all these really cool things in the game. Do I want to sit there and science the shit out of the mod for like a month to learn how to build for it? Or do I want to feel, you know, do I just want to build something because it looks really cool and add a little bit of like engineering know-how to make it efficient in the game? And I know there's different builders that build for different reasons. Not only that, but there's builders that start builds in different ways. Some people build the fuselage. Some people put all the thrusters out first. You know, like, I don't normally like putting thrusters out first, because then it kind of pigeonholes my design. Then it's like I have to follow this shape now because I've already put these thrusters here and here. Whereas if I was able to build something that looked cool and then put thrusters on after the fact, you know, but you kind of can't do that most of the time. It's like you got to kind of know where everything's going to go firsthand and then try to build something cool around it. So it's you know, I don't know. I almost wish there was different stages to the mods. Like, I wish there was like a Reforged Eden item mod and like.
Well, yeah, you see, I wouldn't mind having like a Reforged Eden that still has the quantum cores and that kind of stuff, but has like the vanilla thrust power and vanilla
the flight
other
system and, you know, some of these
and stuff like that. Because I don't know, I just feel it's punishing
But you can't ask a player to devote even more time to segment their mod for more.
Right,
You know what I mean? It's like it's such a weird, hard thing to do. It's like I really wish that they would just hire Vermilion and Ravian and then like pay them to do that and be like, hey, you know, give us these different scenarios and give us kind of some in betweens so people can have a little more freedom to utilize vanilla stuff but still get a lot of this really cool stuff. Like I in a perfect world I wish that's what would happen, but I don't know how that gets fixed, but I see while Reforged Eden is and then their own mods separately respectively are doing a lot for the game and for building, because it gives you more things to build that are more personalized and you know, specific to certain things. It's also kind of doing this. It's making it really hard to. It's giving you anxiety, to be honest. I get anxiety.
It is. It's been stressing me out. Well, okay, over here I put in a bunch of HVs, right, and there's some other ones, kind of, and it's kind of like the evolution. Like I started with, you know, learning how to build HVs. I had the Demos out before this, and then like the Anubis came along, and the Anubis I was really going for looks again. You know, I wanted it really unique looking, and I love it. But yeah, is that going to work very good in game? No, I'm looking at the turret positions and stuff, and it's not optimal. So then I went through with these two tanks, the Ballista T4, which is like optimal turret layout again, or pretty close to it. And then followed by the Scar Ripper, which is a bigger version of the Ballista. So these are like that generation. But these tanks were back in the day that actually had floors and interior and stuff in them, right? And then it's so punishing in Reforged that I'm like, well, it's too heavy. I can't do that. I got to cut more blocks. So now I'm like trying to think like some AI trying to build a bridge or something, and like, well, we don't really need a front end. We don't really have to have this. It doesn't need blocks below the thrusters. I mean, and so I just keep on downsizing and changing that, trying to evolve the design. But then, you know, I build this, and of course, like 2 months later, it breaks anyway because the thrusters changed, and now it doesn't perform the way it was supposed to in the first place. But then I base this. This is like my Gen 3 tank design, and then the Phalanx is like a scaled up version of, well, in a lot of ways, the Scorpion. It's based on the same technology, but now I'm so locked into doing this craziness that I'm literally like hardly getting any freedom to make anything fun or pretty or anything, because I'm just so locked into trying to make them work as best as I possibly can muster up an idea to make them work, you know? So I'm not building anything like these other beautiful ships over here because, well, I just, it's like I can't. It's like,
well, I think the other thing too is now that you're playing the game, that aspect of it has gotten to you as well. It's like, you know, for a long time you weren't playing the game and you were building stuff and it looked amazing, and I'm sure you got comments saying, oh, this doesn't work very well here, this underperforms here, and you would take those into account, but those were third-hand comments. Now that you're in the game playing with them in survival in real time under fire with stuff in your boxes, now you're experiencing your builds and you're adapting your building style for that. So I think that you also got to look at that too. You're not to say that NMK and Salustakor and whoever else aren't also playing the game, but I think that's a part of it. I think you're mentally in survival mode when you're building now because you're building for gameplay, your gameplay.
Right.
You're not building for the workshop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's something to take into account as well.
All I got to say is I think what's going on with me is I miss it so badly that I feel like I just have to build these kind of things that I'm building, which are just not going. They're not going for looks or like neat stuff that I would really like to build, but it's like trying to be super technical and trying to, you know, down to the weight. Do you realize I spent on this thing over here so I could shave 20 tons off from this tank? I spent like 4 hours going through each and every block on this thing, determining whether it needs to be combat steel or could I reduce it to hardened steel, and does it need to be a full block or could I use a smaller block which is less weight?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and at the end of that, I cut it down from like, it got up to like 308 tons, and I got it down to the weight that it's at, and it sucks that I could have built a whole nother creation, you know, or a smaller creation in that amount of time, as to screw around and replace blocks, because it just I don't know.
So what's your motivation to build an Empyrion?
Well, like, motivation, like, why do I do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I love to build stuff. I mean, I get in, you know, when I make something that I'm really proud of, I'm happy and I feel content. And then also in the position where I've been for a while, you know, a lot of other people will probably end up using it as well. So it's not, you know, it's not just for me. It's kind of like, here's a gift to the community. I mean, I don't get anything for this. It's just.
All right. So let me ask you this, right? So how many builds do you have on the workshop right now? You think? Just guessing.
I looked in the workshop. I think I got 153 on the workshop.
All right, so you know, if you got 153 things that you've given the community to use in gameplay, and I would argue that for the past 3 or 4 years, you're the most used builder in the community. More people use your builds than I think anybody else's builds, probably in the history of the game.
I don't know.
Well, to say that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a fact. I'm gonna say that's a fact. But what I'm saying is, 153 builds is a lot of time and commitment to that notion. Now, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like you're having as much fun and satisfaction from building, you know, some of the current stuff based on, you know, hardcore functionality and perfect performance. And why not build something that you want to build that looks cool, maybe made out of plastic, maybe made out of some other things, so you can get some of that out too, so you can get some of that enjoyment and satisfaction in building. And you know, if it doesn't perform, or if it doesn't do what it's perfectly meant to do in the game, hey, maybe in 6 months it will. Maybe in 6 months you'll be able to convert it to hardened steel, and it'll be the most amazing SV ever. But I just don't want you to get so in your head about having to make the most perfect performing, functional, beautiful thing in the world when you've already given 153 of them, right? Well, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I know.
Enjoy the game. Enjoy playing the game.
I psychologically probably put a lot of extra pressure on myself too, because I'm so picky at this point in time. The amount of things that I just don't release anymore, you know, like stuff, is because it doesn't perform exactly perfect to how I want it to perform. So I think it's mentally, it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm trying to be, I don't know, it's just, I don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be so picky, and because most everything I've been building for the last 4, 5, 6 months now, time really flies, but has really been so I could spawn it into our plays in you know, one of the different playthroughs. We had the vanilla, and then the season 1, and then season 2 of Reforged. Right. Most of it has all been for that. So everything I'm building, I want to have a useful function in game, as opposed to looks. I mean, looks is secondary. I'm usually going around a frame, putting out like on these tanks, like all the turrets, and laying those out, and then doing whatever I got left to try to make it look nice. Right. You know, and that's kind of where I've been at for a while now. Now I was pretty happy with the Creel Bahamut, except the fact that I know if it was Xeno, it would have flew better, and that still bugs me to this day. But I refuse. But I'm so glad I didn't do it in Xeno. If I did it in Xeno, I would have hated it. I would have.
And other people have done it in Xeno. There's other people using it. I mean, so that's fine. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that, you know, the thing is, you build for such a huge audience that I think a lot of that gives you this over abundance of stress to try to please as many people as possible. And no, dude, like, listen, like, if you build something for you that's amazing, and you love the look of it, and maybe only half of the people that normally sub to your stuff sub to it and use it, who gives a shit, dude? Like, you know what I mean? You've built something that you love and enjoy, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how many subs are on this Cutlass Red, you know, in Seleucid. I don't know how many things you sub to it. I just know it's the most amazing, most, like, it's freaking beautiful. And I've never used this in game. I don't know if I would ever use this in game per se, me personally. I'm not saying it's not something I would, you know what I mean? I'm just saying because of, you know, I play with my own stuff and everything. I usually wouldn't use other people's builds anyway, so I might not ever see this in game, but I appreciate the art. I appreciate the, you know, just the time
I do too.
And I think that, you know, I think half the people that sub to your stuff probably aren't even using it in day to day, right? They want to look at it, they want to see it, they want to, you know, I mean, I used to do that back in the day with Piston stuff, and he would come out with something new and I'd spawn it and be like, oh my god, look at this, oh, he put little cup holders in, that's insane, what, you know? And I never used this shit, but I love the look of it, you know? And it inspired me to start building. When I built the Chimera, I wrote that in the LCD for a reason. It's true. That's what made me want to start building. I'm like, holy shit, you can build shit that looks like this is insane.
This game is quite powerful. I mean, it's something you can get, you know, with building for the most part isn't that hard to get started. You know, throw down a few thrusters, a generator, and a cockpit, and bam, you got something that moves and kind of works, right? But it takes a long time to really master all the aspects of it. You know, it does, and that's what I love about it. I mean, it just.
Well, all I'm saying is you can't inspire others if you're not inspired. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
You gotta be inspired to want to build, and if this is weighing you down, then yeah. I mean,
no, it's just I feel like I've been banging my head against the wall for like 2 weeks trying to figure out like the what I'm gonna do for an SV for this challenge, and then I keep on doing all these testings, and I'm not happy with literally the results on. Like any of it, and it's just like, oh man, this sucks. I don't know what to do anymore. But I really want to build, like, you know, I want to build like a SV, like passenger, super cool looking like flying yacht. You know, that's what I really want to build. But instead, I'm doing these turret ensembles. You know,
right.
You know, so. And the last thing I built for looks, I think, was this POI, this scar thing I spawned in the back over here. And we ran this before, and this was kind of built for looks and flow and everything like that. And it was a lot of fun building it. It was just like I didn't have to worry about all this stuff. I had to worry about how things spawned in and play testing like later on.
We tested it together. You remember that?
Yep. And
this was awesome, man.
But yeah, I mean, this was purely creative and like fun, and it's like I didn't have to worry about all the technical aspects that I had to worry about on all these other builds. Especially now, it's just like, man, it's getting mind numbing trying to deal with this, and I don't know. I've been a little down lately. On all of it, I guess you can say. You know, I'm happy. I was really happy with the Helios and all the Helios stuff. That was a big long project for sure. But
and it inspired, I mean, really the whole community. I mean, and I can't even speak to the rest of I'm just, you know, I speak of the Anvil when I say community, but even the greater EGS community, I mean, I can only imagine what builds are out there that, you know, maybe aren't a part of this community, but, you know, people are utilizing and customizing, you know. So, I mean, I would argue that build has spawned a whole new way to kind of play the game, you know, a more adaptive, cohesive way to play.
Well, I certainly wasn't the first to do that. I mean, I looked at build, I looked at other people.
Like you put it into the mainstream, right? Like now it's like, I mean, you know, it's like what's this thing JRandall made? Oh, it's like a flight deck and it's a sled, and then you look in these slots, you go, what the hell are these for? Wait, what's a PM? What? Oh shit, this goes in there? And then all of a sudden, boom, mind numbing. Like, wait a minute, the things I could do, you know?
I was surprised about that too. Before I was even done with the Helios, and I do my own videos here and there, and I showed it a few times, and I kind of came out with like some specs of what needs to dock in there, like these things, and it was like people were already making modules for it, and I wasn't even done with it. And in the end, I knew I had a flawed part. Those small bays in between the main module bays.
Yeah.
I come to realize that I had an error there that I really probably should have removed that error, that gap there, and put in and made the 6-bay version, like someone else did.
Right.
But I at that point, people already made modules to fit those small bays, and I could not change it, and I was locked into it. And I'm like, oh, see, because I would have changed it if people didn't already make modules for it. Because I didn't find those smaller bays that useful, and with the bar, and it just didn't work out so well.
But see, that's a testament to how inspiring it all is, right? I mean, and I saw it. I saw people just cranking out, like Garriman and Alessia. And, people were just like, oh, shit. All of a sudden, I've got 20 ideas for shit. You know what I mean? And I wasn't fast enough because I'm doing content, I'm doing all this stuff. So I didn't have time because there's a lot of things. I was like, oh, I want to make this kind of thing. And then I saw some of these other things. And I'm like, oh, no, they killed that. I'm not going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, cool. They got that one. They got that one, And it's yeah, no, it's awesome, dude. And that's it. It's like, and to me, that's the coolest thing about this game that supersedes just about any video game I've ever played, is that the inspiration that this game gives you. And I can't really think of too many other video games in the world that have that element to it. Like, what other games can you get inspired to like create in? You know what I mean? Minecraft, I mean, there's a couple like games that are kind of like that. But at the end of the day, like, this game, like, it's insane how much creativity you can have.
I did some building in Minecraft before too, and I was kind of proud of some of the big blocky things I made. At one point, I made this tower, and it was is when they doubled the Minecraft world height. This was a long time ago, so you could like go up like, I don't know, 256 blocks or something like that. And so I wanted to make a skyscraper that went all the way as high as it could go. And then I figured out that if I use waterfalls, I can use those as windows, and that have the waterfalls go from the top right down over the window sills all the way down. I made this, and it was just ginormous. And I spent it, and it was all built in Minecraft, and not in any kind of God mode either.
Yeah.
So I had to like literally place blocks so I could climb up and place the other block, and I was really proud of all that stuff. But then it's like, well, there's no workshop. This game looks so much better. I mean, when you build a ship in this game, if you took a picture of these ships, especially from a little bit of a distance, not even that far away, they look like they would be, well, some of them at least look like they could be in, like, I don't know, some kind of space game, Star Citizen or something, from a little distance. I mean, when you get up real close, you can tell it.
Yeah, but see, the one big caveat to that is that not only does it look that good, but it's not that much more complex building-wise than Minecraft. There's different blocks, but it's the same thing. You're kind of just placing blocks. And
okay, well, Minecraft, you didn't paint the blocks either, and you didn't have decals.
No, but
you didn't have
you compare this to Space Engineers, and it's a totally different thing. Space Engineers is much harder to build because you have all these internal components that actually have to work. And you have to kind of build around those components, and it's a much harder, more complex game. Dual universe, you've seen that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this is the easiest building game that isn't like Minecraft, but it also happens to be, to me, the best looking.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've seen, I've looked at like some dual universe stuff and some Space Engineer stuff. And if you're looking at like some of the best designs I've seen in Empyrion versus some of the best designs I've seen in those other games, I still think Empyrion looks better. Dual universe, I thought you could do the shaping much better in dual universe if you put in the time, but then it lacks totally in like the colors and textures, and not like Empyrion even has great textures, but people found ways to make what's there work and look good.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's true, and I think the graphics are a bit. You look at Starship Evo, and it's got a lot more building than Empyrion and stuff, but it's kind of cartoony and stuff in comparison a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Space Engineers is way more engineering, of course, and there's some cool ass ships in Space Engineers.
Oh,
there's
yeah,
some people that have defied the odds and made amazing looking shit. But you only have 45-degree blocks, and there's not as many angles, and so you can only do so much, right?
See, I even want more blocks. I wouldn't mind if there was like another 100-some blocks, and
I don't see us. I see us getting a lot more blocks. I don't think that's even a question. I think we're gonna get.
You do?
Hundreds of more blocks. Yeah, I do. Totally.
From
they've
where,
doubled. They've doubled the item count in the game. I mean, we're getting more blocks. I don't think anybody's disillusioned about that.
I didn't know there was any work being done on the main game itself, unless it was just No,
there is. Yeah, no, listen. There's lots of work being done in the background. There is total work being done. Hummel's doing a lot of work. The devs are doing work. Yeah, absolutely. It's happening. Totally. It's just they're I guess they're just being quiet or whatever. But yeah, no, I mean they upped all that so that they could add more blocks and stuff. It's just a matter of getting the blocks, and I think a lot of people have put their input in as far as what blocks they want and stuff like that. So, and I'm not speaking from a privileged point of view. I'm not saying I could go read this stuff, but I don't. But I'm just saying that it seems to me it's pretty obvious that they would do that, right? Why would they not add a lot more items and stuff? I think they have art. They have a couple artists or whatever, right? Don't they? Didn't they add a couple artists to the dev team? So I think they're gonna add some more. Just like the hangar doors are new, they're gonna add more new stuff, I would assume. And
oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
The thing is, I think they've benefited from Reforged. Kind of taking some of the spotlight off of them in the development to where they can just kind of work and not have to deliver as much.
Oh, right. I can see that. Yeah.
I hope. Listen, I hope. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a dumpster fire. I don't know. But I'm just saying, why would you double the item count only for a mod that No, they did it for vanilla too. So I mean, they did it for vanilla first, I think.
Okay. Well, it's a great building game. I mean, you could really build just about anything in this. Empyrion, and it's.
See, this is the thing. I've never had a problem with building in this game until recently when they started changing shit drastically. My problem was always the game. The gameplay needs to catch up with the building.
Oh, right.
The first 10 levels of the game, and I'm not going to soapbox about all that again. But you know what I mean? That's the thing I always thought was weak. But now they're starting to fiddle with the building, and I'm like, wait, hold on, stop it.
Yeah.
You haven't changed anything in the game to justify messing with the building. Why are you messing with the building? But I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, yeah. Obviously, it was an alpha game, but then it went version 1.0. So I figured at that point in time, things would at least be stable with building. But then Reforge even kicked in, and then it got even more crazy, where things keep changing all the time. Which I mean, it's progress. I mean, you got to keep on changing stuff to move forward. But it's just murdering so many creations now that it's just now that's broke, now this broke. I'm just waiting for 2 weeks from now, and who knows, maybe when I get this out and something will change and this won't work anymore either, and it's who knows.
And we've never known,
Yeah.
I mean, you and me were literally on the inside in the prefab thingy, and we didn't even get told anything.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? We built a whole fleet of prefabs. None of those work, by the way, with this whole CPU thing. Sorry, guys.
Right, yeah, I know.
That was cool of you to do all that, but, that's...
You want to know, I've had very little conversation with Hummel in the past, just briefly a little bit, and he seemed decent enough, and I kept on asking him, back, this was a long time ago, back when I was in that, that thing there, And I was like, what would you like to see built? And he didn't really ever tell me. And then he finally said he wouldn't mind having like some kind of like destroyer kind of thing. So, so my answer to that was I built this ship. And I've seen this on the server a few times too, so it makes me kind of happy. I built the Asteria, which was a smaller, new CPU compliant, trying to be super efficient, running as few amount of thrusters as possible, but big ones. And I made this, and then I never got like any feedback on it ever.
Right. No,
and that was it.
No, and that's it. And I've never gotten any feedback either. I mean, but see, that's honestly, and that's what the Anvil's all about. That's why the Anvil exists to me. It's a place for all of us to share our builds and our inspiration with one another. And honestly, like that's what's been fueling me making this community for so long, is that, you know, that's a big part of what's missing in the game and the workshop and the development. And, you know, I honestly, like, you guys know my point of view. I don't think the development's ever necessarily credited and valued the build community. I don't think they ever have. I mean, to me, you know, if I'm, you know, and I know it's my content and it's Twitch and YouTube and everything, but, you know, the Designer's Challenge has been going on for 2 years and nothing has ever been pulled from 24 months of that thing to be put into the game. I mean, forget about my builds, forget about JRandall's builds. Like, there's been hundreds of builders that have participated from the community in this challenge, and none of that has ever, you know, been pulled from. And then, you know, I'll randomly get like, hey, we need, see if your community can build this. And it's like, I mean, we've been doing this thing for 2 years. Like, there's a whole back catalog of shit in the Discord. Like, you're welcome to it. And it's just like they're so out of touch with that, and it's frustrating to me because
I got frustrated too after.
It's free content for them. I mean, it says in the terms of agreement, like anything you build in the game is, you know, we can use it. But they're not using any of it. It's like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't need artists. You need to ignite the community to build these things for your game.
Well,
you know?
A while back, I really thought they were. I had like 2 creations back to back, I think, that were brought into the game, and it made me so happy. Here's one of them, the Ambry. They just love this ship. I didn't think it was all that, but they liked it. But
Yep.
And then it was followed by the Merc AME.
Well, don't get disillusioned though. They liked it, but they happened to be looking at that moment and saw it. I don't think I don't think anybody's gone to JRandall's workshop and looked at all his builds. That's from the development community, if I'm being honest. I don't think that's something that they're engaged in. Right. And I think that's what's been lacking from development is that content, art, creative. There's nobody there that's doing that. It's coding, it's game physics, it's, you know, and that's very important, but you also need artists. You need people that are going to, you know, that's what's missing from the game, is that overall art. You know what I mean? They're just depending on the workshop to fill that gap, and it has. I mean, it's done a great job of doing that, but at the same time, you need cohesion. You need to continue to inspire people as a development team.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, but see, that's why I'm just super happy about, you know, what the Anvil's become and everybody's engagement in it and participation.
Oh yeah, no, it is really cool. It is really cool, and I know even in my own videos, I probably sounded fairly pessimistic lately, and I know I have, and I'm trying to snap out of it. I want to get that feeling again where I'm really excited, and I haven't got back excited again, and I'm just kind of like, I feel like
build something for you, man. Build something for you that you wanna build. I mean, honestly, like, it doesn't have to be any more than that, dude. Like, the build that you've been thinking of for 3 or 4 months, I'm sure there's one up there in your head. Just build that.
Yeah, I thought about it. I fear it's what stops me is I fear it's probably won't work very well in game. You know,
don't publish it. Just build it. Just build it.
Well, I don't. Yeah.
Just
And
build
you
it.
can bring it in to the game and we can play with it. That's fine. But
Yeah, we
just
could look
build
at
yourself.
it. We could, or just put that in the workshop. Just say, listen, concept piece, art piece, replica piece, whatever you want to call it, and just boom, like, dude, build for you.
Yeah,
Man. Build for you
yeah,
or something. You deserve a build after all this time.
yeah, yeah. I've been, yeah, but I don't know. So maybe I will do a luxury crew passenger yacht, that flies, because that sounds really fun to me. I looked at some like concept yachts online and stuff, and it gave me ideas. I'm not going to copy any of them, but it's just general ideas, and yeah.
Well, Dragon, I think it was Dragon, built a red CV that way back in one of the challenges, way back a couple years ago, and I love that CV. It's doesn't do anything except sit in my thing, but it was a cool looking ship that doesn't do anything but look cool, and it was a luxury cruiser, so
Yeah.
I wish he was here to. I think it was him who built it.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the Crazy Z's?
No, well, it was a red. I don't know. I can't remember who built it. 1 second.
I mean, that's how I discovered Crazy Z. Was that the princess?
It might have been.
That ship. Oh my god!
I got a bunch of these Crazy Z ones too.
That first ship he did, the insane one that wouldn't move but looked freaking insane with curtains and seals and shit.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yes, that one. But it's cool. It's awesome, and it doesn't do anything, but it looks cool.
No, but see that's the thing.
Awesome.
People engaged in that, and then he came out with the Akua Force 1, and that thing moved. It was still really sluggish, but it moved. And now look at the stuff he's building.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at this thing. Like, I mean,
you see these other ones over here?
Yeah, I mean, these.
And this NMK Interceptor MCRN over here.
Yeah, this thing.
I mean, these are some they're just sweet. And I keep on preventing myself from building anything like these because I just look at them and it's like, well, they're not really going to do anything for us in gameplay. So why would I want to do them, But I envy them because I think this is what really makes the game look good.
Yeah, no, I mean, but Jay, like, I think you could build something like this that could be functional. It just might not be functional to sit in front of a POI and destroy it. But is it functional to travel and explore? Is it functional to scout the planet with a long-range radar? I mean, build an exploration vessel,
Well, I've been so focused on combat-oriented things.
Yeah, it's not all about combat. Build other stuff.
Yeah, well, I look at it, and that's usually we've got like something for everything else. We got stuff for storage, we've got stuff for carriers and this and that. But with Reforged, there's a lot. There's POI combat, there's space battle combat, and I've been really like focused on doing those aspects. But then I get frustrated with space combat because of Xeno. I don't like it. I don't want to use it. And then I get frustrated with the POI combat not using CVs because, well, the SVs suck at it, and the HVs can do it, but to do it really right and effective, you just need a lot of fire, a lot of damage output, and then I think you can overwhelm shielded POIs pretty easily. And that's all I've really been focusing on. It's just I sort of lost my way with like, oh, I want to build a ship because I think it looks cool. And I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, but listen, like, back in the day, like a couple of years ago, when I was playing in Craft World and doing PvP and stuff like that, like in PvP servers, your builds were still the most used builds in PvP, and they were horrible, and people died, and they didn't care because they wanted to fly around in these things.
Oh, so, yeah, I've never built an honest PvP creation ever. I don't think.
No, you never did, but that's what I mean. So I'm just telling you that, like, despite the function not being 100% there, people would take your builds and then they would put function in them. They would fix things, they would manipulate things to work for them, which people are going to do regardless. You're never going to build 100% where people aren't going to want to, and that's part of the game is modifying and stuff, right?
It is, and that is a really cool thing about a lot of this too, is seeing all these different modded versions of other ships, and yeah, I've seen a lot of them now, and that is cool. That's, you know, my first experience with the game too was it was one of the prefab CVs, like the cheapest one you could spawn in at Alpha 5. And I did that, and I started modding it because it didn't have enough hangar space, and I had my own built little crappy, terrible looking SV that wouldn't fit. So I had to like change the back end of the ship to give it more room so I could fit my ship in there. But that was my first experience building in the game, really. Well, besides building that SV, it was a disaster. It just you want to see like my 5th SV that I built? This is old.
Yeah, man.
All right, and so I got over by the Flame Rider here. This is the Merc, the very first Merc, the Merc LR-23. Don't ask me where I came up with that name or number, but this was my very first Merc. Yeah, look at this puppy. Yeah, I was so proud of this. I'm like, wow, this is so much more advanced design. I learned how to do these wedge blocks and stuff. And yeah, it's just black with stripes.
Dude, this looks pretty good.
Oh, you think?
I mean, currently, like, it doesn't, yeah, like, I don't see any issue with shaping. Yeah, like, honestly, I think this holds up better than the MX-8.
No, I don't know.
Look at look at the balance of shaping compared to the MX-8. Hold on,
I
put the MX-8 right next to it.
Oh, here's. I like the MX-8 quite a bit better for a couple reasons, but well,
you look at the front of the MX-8, right? You see how, like, you would never do that now, right? You'd never have the cockpit just on its own without, like, the strength of the shape. Well, you know what I mean? Like
this one's literally got about the same thing going on, though. It's actually even worse because it's got rocket launchers on the front that would blow up into the cockpit.
Well, of course, but you've got the shaping around, at least 2 blocks around it, to where the cockpit looks strong. It looks like it's part of the build. This kind of looks like it's going beyond the build. I mean, and it, you know, it's kind of that jet look, right? But
this is a redo version though. So yeah, I didn't have like these other blocks up here.
Oh, but yeah, okay. Well, spawn yours, because I only have the one I messed with when I thought it was awesome. I'm like, look at what I did to this thing. It looks amazing now.
Gotcha.
I put a little cross on the front. Yeah.
So here's the original MX-8.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't do much with the nose. It was just kind of empty there. But yeah, my big problems with this ship and why I made the MX-9 later on and used the same hull, and I started with this build is this part here. This you see this non-aerodynamic smacking right into these big blocks. I hated that. That. And at the time, I didn't know what to do about it.
Right.
I knew it, you know. And then later on, when I gained more block experience with the 2 different MX or the MX-9, again, like here's the other regular version of the MX-9. Yeah. You can tell. I mean, if you look over at it and you look at where the thrusters are and where everything is, it's the same ship. It really is.
The transitioning from the nose to the center is way better. Way more
but I managed to get rid of that abrupt, blocky, nasty look that it had like on the sides over here.
The hunchback kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, and smooth out everything and stuff. And then it kind of looked more like a modern day fighter.
I'm still kind of digging this thing though. This thing. I'm being serious, dude. Like the shape of it. Like, am I wrong? I mean, this thing's like.
No, that thing looks cool. I like it, man.
Like all of the angles are matching, and it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, really?
You know what the problem is? I think it reminds me of my Becker, my HV. Let me spawn the Becker. It does. It kind of has the same. And I've never seen this before, so that's not in the workshop, right?
What, this LR thing? No.
Ah, so it's not like
No,
I
yeah, it was
subconsciously copied it or anything.
No, yeah, I never put that on the workshop.
Yeah, see it. Yeah, it does kind of look like it. That's funny.
Yeah, it does look like that. It's
Digging it,
interesting.
man. Yeah.
But I used this in gameplay when I think in Alpha 6 when I was still playing.
Yeah, dude. No, this is cool, man.
But yeah, early SVs. But SVs, I found it. I thought were the funnest things to build. Then. Oh, oh God, I got even something older. Oh God, I remember this horde thing. Oh, that's not even the right horde thing. I got a worse horde thing that actually worked. Maybe it was the MK3. This is some. No, it's not the MK3. That's even worse. This is some of my earliest stuff. It was this one. I think. Oh, here, let me ran out of room. I think this.
Negative 0.5.
This was my first effective combat CV or SV. I'm sorry. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Yeah.
Not bad.
And this is before I figured out how to build interiors. Didn't even think it was necessarily possible. So I liked the quick access to parts and stuff.
Right.
And the very, very, very old Scarab HST followed that same thing. It was actually not built that much longer after this. You remember that? The Scarab HST.
Oh yeah.
I think is one of the quickest and cheapest builds I ever did. Well, actually, I redid it so it would work again, and it took longer than it took to build the thing originally. And this thing, I don't know why, but
it was amazing. Everybody popped on this, dude.
Yeah, dude, it became really, really, really popular, and to this day, I don't even know why.
Function, pure function. People wanted something that looked cool and solved all their problems. Harvest, shoot things, protect you, oxygen, armor. I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? It's something that looks cool, but has all the function you need in early game. I mean, it's really that simple. It's like,
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think, for me anyway, those are my most popular builds. The Mutt, the Whetstone early survival base, because it was just, that's it. It's like, I need this problem solved. The Augur. I mean, it's never the thing I'm most proud of. It's always just the most functional thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And and I think for people like now, it's like, I'm going to get in a JRandall build. I know it's going to have constructors. I know it's going to be oxygenated. I know it's, so, there's that price of investment. It's like, if I'm going to invest a week to get all the parts for this, I can count that this thing's going to do its job. So it's reputation of brand too, right? It's like, if I just pull off, I might see some random thing in the workshop that looks amazing, and I'll spawn it in and it doesn't move, or it doesn't have air, or they forgot to put cargo in it, and then I'm just frustrated, right?
Right.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah, and this little SE, this was my, I think, one and only creation I ever used with those alternative RCS/hover engines. Yeah, and that's the SE mod version.
You never released this.
I did. I released.
You released this? Oh.
I released this one here, and this is the stock version.
Oh, I do remember that. I do remember.
Yeah. And the mod version, I threw on a turret and a couple other things. It was like the ultra cheap of cheapness.
Yeah.
But
you see my first SV? You were showing yours. This is my first Horde SV.
Oh wow, that's no. I mean, honestly, I like it better than my first SV. But
shut up! Look at the front of this thing. Are you freaking serious right now? Look at that thing.
It looks like a big mouth. Like it's
look at
got
What? How many angles do I have? What am I even? Did I just throw a bunch of blocks at it? Go, hey, stick! Yes! Yes, they stuck. Like,
better about my builds already.
Let's use random everything. This thing is horrible. But this was after like looking at like the MX8 and going like, "Hey, let me try." And like this is literally it. This is me trying after seeing, and I think it in a way like I kind of try to make it look a little similar as far as the shape or whatever, and just miserably failed.
You know what?
Remember, it's the old ass thrusters back in the day. This new one's making it look good, you know. But imagine the old shit, you know.
Oh, I gotcha. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just gonna replace.
No, go ahead. Yeah. Oh god, and those wings, the ugliest wings in the game.
Yeah, you did kind of pick the ugliest ones, I think.
The ugliest ass wings ever in the game. Like, oh my god. And honestly, like, because I was playing with a group, right, with SAS, and I would brag about this build. I would spawn this and go like, look at what I built. Pretty badass, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, you know.
And now I look and I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing, dude. This is horrible. But yeah, look at that. See, it's instantly better. Oh my god.
Little wedge action on it, you know.
Yeah.
And we'll switch up the wedges over here on the side just randomly too. Why not? You know. There.
Oh
there we go. Yeah.
See? If I had only known. And that's basic 22 and 45 right there. Like if I had only known.
Yeah, I didn't know it when I first built stuff either.
Like just the inside. Like I got generators just chilling on the ground there, and sitting behind the warp. Oh, why am I radiating? I have no idea. This is the weirdest thing. Like.
Well, you gotta start somewhere. I mean that's just.
Look, secure helmet before exit. I gave you signs to tell you to put your helmet on. Isn't that great? I was so thoughtful. So thoughtful. Yeah, it's insane, man.
Somewhere I got my first miner too. Now, when I first started this game, it didn't have miners. There wasn't mining drills. It was Alpha 5. I don't think those drills came in until slightly after I first started the game, so it wasn't even a thing. But then, of course, after they came in, I had to build a miner, and now I'm trying to remember what I called it. The mole. Oh, I got two versions of the miner. Here's my first miner, and I was really happy actually with the looks on this one. Believe it or not, all the mining things are all retracted. Let me get those out there. The mole. The first mole, the old mole, and then I realized that that's got the open air thing on it, and then later on, but it didn't really have any effects with that. But then later on, it was cold and stuff. So, what happened to the color? Oh no, okay, that's just the way it was. I made this one blue, I guess. Oh no, this was still a closed cockpit, but it had 2 seats.
Yeah.
And lights. More lights yet.
Yeah.
God,
and a drill turret in the back. Holy shit.
And then I got this one here. Oh, this is the one I adopted because it had a sealed off cockpit in there. But I was so proud of this. I mean, I was like, wow, look at this. It's just amazing. I got this original mole on it's like the first entry in my workshop, so this is actually still available, I think. The mole. I gotta turn off all these lights. Oh god, I didn't learn at this point in time not to like have spotlights powered on.
Right.
You know, stock. I have since learned that, and
this was the one I use. You remember this one, the drill hole maker thing?
Oh yeah.
This was so popular back in the day, dude. It was yellow, so I made it gray, of course, but
right.
It was bright yellow.
Oh, that's cool. It's got a cool shape. So this was made like way back in the day, so it actually had this block back in the day.
Yeah.
Like how you did these corner things here.
Yeah, like if you go inside of it, you see it's still yellow on the inside because I didn't know how to like do that back then. I think I modified a lot of this though. Like I think some things were changed or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But this was so effective, dude. This was after the Ladybug and the Drill Sergeant, like this thing was so effective in comparison to those. But it had an open cockpit like yours. That's what made me think to spawn that. It had an open cockpit, and then it's like so I made that mod, and that was one of the first things I modded in the game.
Well, after I made those molds, then I had to do the next generation of them. So I got 2 different ones with different bore patterns.
I bet this is super effective.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. 1, 2. I think it's just one sort of. It's one too big, I think.
This one over here actually did work pretty good.
That I'm sure works really well, actually. Yeah. I bet that works great. I don't know about the hovers. That might be a little weird, but.
I didn't know if they needed to be on the ground or where they are, and
there's no hovers in the front either. No, this is. Oh no, there is. They're underneath the drills. Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
And they're actually the same height, so that might work actually.
Yeah. I wonder. I want to almost give this fuel and CPU block a minute. Let's just dump on a quantum. Let's see if it moves.
Well, now it's not gonna work because you put the quantum where it's gonna. Hold on.
Holy crap! This thing is agile. It's kind of a beast here.
go mine a hole, man.
All right. Woohoo! Wow, it turns on a dime. I don't know why this one turns so good.
Bro.
Oh, yeah, no, mine's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because it's wide in front, but it narrows down in the back.
Yeah, and you can, it turns around in the hole on the dime.
Hell yeah. Yep. I mean, it doesn't have any cargo. It doesn't, but yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, I noticed it doesn't have any. It probably has a harvest box, or used to have a harvest box.
Old harvest
oh, it still does. Dude, they're still there. Do they still work?
I don't know. Probably.
Oh yeah, it's got 80 crushed stone in the harvest box. It's got 250 capacity, so almost full on that harvest box.
Mining your ass off there, man.
Yeah.
I love how a box has way less cargo room than your suit.
Oh.
Isn't that great? Like 250, and then it's like your suit's like 700 and something. It's like, what? Or 600 rather?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
The fun old stuff.
You see the scarabs I've modified in my day here?
Scarabs, where you at?
Back over where the miners were. I modified this puppy back in the day.
Gosh, darn miners.
We were literally right there. It's where you just won that miner.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, you took a HL1. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's got a door in it.
I put doors in it. Well, yeah, I put seats in it.
Back in the day.
So you can actually like have passengers, and man, you could carry the whole world in this thing, man. Back in the day, like.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Well, those boxes, I miss that. I still miss the whole box thing. You remember? I remember watching a video that Mr. Spicy did too, and there was a thing where people were building these SVs that could fit into CVs, like in like a block space, but actually would have like 16 boxes.
Yeah.
And each box.
Oh shit! You reminded me. What is that called, dude? Do I still have that somewhere? Oh, I had this one. Remember, and I used to put them in all my builds. I had like the whole 1 block square, so you could like slide that shit in. It was like a vertical one of those. Oh my god, you made me remember that. What was that? What the hell was that called?
I remember there was a really popular one on the workshop. I can't remember.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of, and it just fit right in, dude. It was so cool. Did I delete it? I cleaned out my thing like a long time ago and got rid of a bunch of old stuff that didn't work anymore. I feel like I probably got rid of it. Man, that thing was so cool. Because, yeah, you could just infinitely expand your CV with like 1,000,000 boxes.
Yeah, you could. And it worked, and you could fill them with solid stacks of ore in each box. And this here was like one of my all-time favorites that I used in, oh, God, do we got more lights on, or is it just my light? No, we're getting light. Yeah. The Scarab SHM. Oh yeah, look at that.
Remember that was by
that
was by Trig.
Yeah, micro barge. Yep.
Oh no, rainy day. Yeah, that was cool back in the day, man. I used to carry my water in that.
Oh nice. See, I love this
All right,
little
Thule.
get up over here. It works so wonderfully. It's
That
a
was
mine.
like that's a miner. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it's like upgraded to be a miner, but you
Yeah.
got it. It was dirt cheap. You could do mining with it. It did the harvesting. It had the little
Yeah.
back area. And I remember a big thing I couldn't add on stock was a door because it required player unlock level 10 to add the door. But I could, you could put in constructors and clone chambers and fridges, but not a door.
That was the first spicy challenge, right? That's when I did the skelly.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a early spicy challenge.
Yeah, I did that when you did that. Yeah, same thing, like the same put the drills in after thing and.
Yep. Yeah. But before weights and volumes and stuff kicked in, this worked wonderfully. I mean, it mined good. It was the build time on it was just so low.
Right.
I mean, even now, now it's saying maybe it was that way all along, but now it's saying it takes 30 minutes and 35 seconds. Well, we're in Reforged Eden too, so. Wow, and it takes 932 carbon substrate. Well, this is Reforged, and yeah, the numbers are totally different.
But I mean, so I'm fine with like my problem isn't like building new stuff or re-engineering based on new rules. My issue is the rules constantly changing.
Yeah, it's that's messing me up too. This was another experiment I never released because
that's cool. This is
that was another miner that wasn't going to mine good. I scrapped the miner, but then it just had cargo boxes and then stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That's cool. Weird stuff. I got a lot of these weird little concoctions, but honestly, to build something like that is really, really quick. Yeah. To finish it off, take far longer. So.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, here's my own test idea. I forgot about this. This was a storage concept I was working on. You had to be able to place the storage, but it's set up to use a certain number of wall blocks in the CV. So you'd spawn it like this, and then you would push it into the wall. It would park, and then you would remove this whole cockpit with the stuff there, and then you would have that installed into your CV.
So it's like a 4-block,
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. And back in the day, it's like, I mean, these all just had, infinite room. Like, you could just, as long as, 999, as long as you fill all the slots up, you could literally have an insane amount of shit in there, And I don't miss that. Like, I like weights and volumes. I couldn't play this game without it. Like, it would be weird.
Well, yeah, it would be weird at this point. I remember how much I hated it early on, but yeah, it's it would be really weird now to not have weights and volumes.
That would be weird. Hold on, we gotta test it, man. We gotta test it.
What's this thing? Oh, this was the one that Doom Noodle finished up. This was on one of the challenges. It was one of those like build it in an hour kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah. And then I gave Doom Noodle got the blueprint and finished it up, and then released it.
Nice. There you go. Put it in.
What's this here?
That's for you to put your little thingy in there.
I'm thinking
more than a block? It's more than a block this way, though. No, it's a block. No, go put it in.
Is it?
Yep. It doesn't look like it is, but it is.
Okay, power that on. See if this works. I can't really see what I'm doing, but maybe.
Third person, Jay. Oh, third person. But yeah. Well, just manipulate the camera. Go down a little bit.
It's not quite fitting now. Oh, there it goes. Or maybe I'm twisted.
Yeah,
there.
Look at that. Ba-bam!
Well, something like that, yeah. and then bam, you got this huge amount of storage and like no room at all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, Dedrick. Yeah, like my what's that thing called? The cargo pup. Cargo tonnage. Yeah, this is what I used in the server to haul cargo.
Oh yeah, nice. Yep. Oh yeah.
I would give one of these to Miss Box, and I'd say fill it up with every ammo, and she would fill it up with every ammo, and then deliver it back to me, and then charge me a flat rate, and that's how I would
nice.
get my ammo in server. It was so cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was easier back in the day with the boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, but I see you did the same thing. You got like the spotlights on by default. I
Back in the day, yeah, I hate
Yeah,
spotlights.
yeah. Yeah, I make sure I turn that off. Yep, no, that's a fun one there.
2 passenger seats. Access to the cockpit. Yeah, it's like a little. Ah.
Oh, it's not me. Yeah, some of the fun old stuff here.
God, I'm glad we don't have to delete all this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could, but yeah.
That'd be a lot. might need to do a wipe, Krellis. Sorry. Oh my god.
A safe HV minor. Oh, that's when I was screwing you with you.
What?
Oh, I'm just looking through my own list here, and I called something a safe HV minor, but it's really that earlier version of that flanks tank,
Right.
phalanx tank. Oh yeah, look at that little dude there.
Put some respect on it, man. That's the coffee grinder. It's killed 2 dreadnoughts.
Yeah, no, actually, no. It looks like it worked just fine. And honestly, I mean, I was really hesitant to run harvesters vertical like that due to looks and appearance and stuff.
Yeah.
But it really works good. It chops the trees wonderfully.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, well, you even got some turrets on that one.
Yeah, buddy. Heavy missile turrets. Because why not? When you're harvesting trees, you know? Or dreadnoughts.
I got one of these drill pups over here too. I used this one before.
Ah, that's the first auger. Yeah, no, second
Auger.
auger. That's the second auger.
Second auger. Yep.
Yeah. Right on.
I got a lot of
Obscene amount of defense.
yeah,
Man, even Jay likes the Mark II auger better than the Mark III. Damn it! I do a Mark IV.
well, this one has some color, and granted, I started out with, like, you know me, like everything was gray, and I got bored with it,
Yeah.
and then color was starting to like oh, I wanna see some color.
Yeah.
You know, so
I never transitioned. Yeah. Jay's like, oh, here, I'm gonna start offering like 10 different color palettes for each of my builds. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not touching colors ever. If that's what we're doing now, if we're offering color freaking palettes, I'm not doing it.
You totally can, though. You totally
No,
can.
I can. I couldn't get my degree because of colors. You think I'm gonna do it in the game? No, it's not happening.
Also, in my testing, back to the whole SV thing, this little bugger over here, this is the best flying stock SV I've got, providing it's got the right CPU. It needs a block, but got everything needs a block. Enough. No, one more. Okay. So yeah, this thing stock, Reforged Eden, flies pretty darn good, I thought.
Yeah, it does. It's like a starter SV.
Now,
I mean, it's topping at 40, so it's not max speed.
yeah, it's not max speed. It handled well. It turned.
Oh, it does handle really well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that one, I think it's just due to its small size because it flies good.
Equal dimensions.
Yeah.
Probably.
That small little squarish thing. But actually, yeah, it's not really a starter either. It's Yeah, it was. I don't know what. It's Creel. They don't care about starters.
Oh. All right. No, it moves really well.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that one because like you could take that out, and then I've somewhere like over here I've got the MX2, right, which is really tiny too, and you'd think that maybe the MX2 would fly anything like that Creel one, but it doesn't. It flies. It's just slow.
Yeah.
And I think it's even smaller ship yet. So yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
I used the hell out of this thing back in the day. This
Oh.
is by Flash.
Your
like
Flash.
Star Wars Interceptor.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. I thought this was so cool. Yeah, probably not, Jay.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I was trying to get off the ground, but
It's like Alpha 4 or something. Yeah.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Remember
gotcha.
this guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's Might CX. Yep. Is that? Oh, this is your version of the Might CX. The SAS
more
version.
Yeah, I put a window on it. That was my big thing. I think
You
I sent
did.
it to you. I was like, Jay, look, you should totally fix this. I put a window on it because you probably didn't know how to do that, so I did it for you.
Oh, right, yeah. Windows.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't even have that. I got a Might 2. Oh,
You don't have the Might anymore? Oh man.
That was a HV,
Classic.
right?
Classic.
Oh no, the Might was a SV, wasn't it?
Yeah. Might.
I'm looking on the wrong list.
I also have that other one. Hold on, there's another one that you did that I have. Oh, where is that thing?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Might CX. Yeah. So here was the original one. Yeah, I do see your window there.
Yeah, my little window. You see that?
Yep.
Feel free to update the blueprint, man. No problem.
Oh, that's a cool little window, though. Yeah.
What's the name? You came out with this. Oh, you gave it to me too. What is it? It's Might is. Oh, here we go. Might RX.
Oh, the RX, yes.
Yeah.
The psychotic mic probably doesn't work without CPU.
I cannot go.
Yeah.
Go.
How about now? I threw 2 quantums on it.
Whoa! Yeah, no, it goes now. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Go!
Yeah, the Might RX. RX meaning like medical, like you need to be medically cured after trying to drive that thing because it's gonna.
Woo! Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow, yeah.
It's got some pretty good handling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no.
Well, it's fast.
Looks like it's been doused in steering fluid and fucking. No, that's insane.
Wow.
Just how Jay likes it.
Yeah.
I remember that's how the what's the combat CV you made back in the day? That what was it called?
Nemesis or something
Yeah.
else.
So you made the Nemesis and it moved just like that. I'm like, Jay, it's a CV.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, the original.
I like it to move like that. I'm like, no, Jay, that's ridiculous. It's a big CV. Yeah, well, I like it to turn. I'm like, that's not turning. That's like flailing.
That's giving me whiplash, and I'm not even in the game.
Yeah, it's a CV. It's combat.
Well, it was combat. It was supposed to be quick, but I tell you what. Here's the original Nemesis. I'm gonna quantum it up. I'm sure it's gonna need some. Yeah, we're gonna need a whole lot of CPU somehow. Oh, I can't put HV quantums in a CV. Why not?
Oh yeah, I know. It sucks.
There. Oh, it fell. wonder how this thing flies in Reforged. That's what I'm just curious
It's like
about.
200,000 CPU is cool, but I want 6. Can I get 6 with the HP? I just need 6. There we go. Yeah. This was a thing too, dude. Like this is the first. You never built anything that looked anywhere near like this, you know.
The Nemesis or
Yeah, this was like your first non-animal.
non-animal.
You know what I mean? Like it didn't have like the 4 feet and everything. Like it was like, whoa, like this thing's like a really big MX8 awesome thing, you know? And you were all like, this thing's PvP and like you could totally PvP with this, and they're like, no.
I didn't say it was PvP, but it was tougher built than my other capital ships at the time.
Yeah.
And it had that secure bridge
2
thing.
warp core locations.
Yeah. See now it's slower than dirt. You see, so it's I wouldn't say it's slower than dirt. It probably feels about appropriate to the size of the ship. But you remember how it used to fly? It was like flailing all over the place. It was so fast. And now it's like here's like a full turn.
As it should be.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
But so I mean you can see how much stats have changed over time.
And we're in Reforged, so.
Yeah, true.
The Nemesis Lounge, the original.
Oh yeah.
The OG Nemesis Lounge, you know?
Oh yeah, yep. I miss building these lounges.
What do you mean you put one in every build? What?
I haven't lately. I haven't built like any
No, come on. The Helios has a lounge, doesn't it?
It does have. It has that little crew area upstairs.
Yeah, it's pretty loungy. Yeah. Pretty loungy. And then the Carapace probably has a lounge.
You know the ship I think that I made with the best lounge in it. Here, let me get that ship in here. It's one of the leg ships.
One of the lag ships. Oh.
Leg ships.
Oh, the new Carapace.
No, the next generation of the Cerberus, the Cerberus NG. Here, we got to power this puppy up, and it's probably gonna need like 5,000 quantum cores. 1 second here. I don't care where they go, just here, quantum, until you turn on.
This is after the Carapace, right? This is before the new Carapace, right?
Yeah. This was at least probably 2 years old now.
This is before the Persis.
No, it was after the first Persis, but before the Persis CB2. Yeah. So I know it's not dark right now to really see the lighting, but up front through all this crap, there is the lounge. Let's see if we head up the elevator. I forget what floor it is.
I love how you thought I cared about the lighting.
Oh, dude, the lighting is so important. Okay, so you gotta go.
No, it's really important. I agree.
So check out this lounge. This is the Hades Tavern.
Ah.
Yeah, but without the nighttime, it's probably not gonna look terribly wonderful.
It looks good with the headlamp on.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. You and your damn flashlight. But look at this. Yeah, custom LCD work.
Oh shit, Trident, dude. Look at that, Buko.
Yeah.
What? Trident Force. What? Oh shit, big hype.
Asymmetrical floor up here and everything.
Buko's jumping up and down right now in his chair, man. You got no idea. That's epic. Big hype.
They didn't have such a thing as projector LCDs then, so this was all like you had to place them on the wall.
Yeah.
Medical.
So this is your favorite of all the ones you've ever done?
Lounges.
Really? This is your favorite lounge of all the lounges you've ever done?
Well, either that or the Persis. I'm not sure which one I like.
I gotta see the Persis. Let me see the Persis.
Yeah, I'll get the CB2 version in.
Where's the Gigacore Mark II?
No, I can get that going too.
Wait, you have a Gigacore Mark II? I was joking.
Oh no, I just have the original Gigacore.
Oh, okay.
Part 2 of that one. So here's the CV2 Persis. Did you really see the difference between the CV?
I did. Yeah.
The first one and the second one. Yeah, it was that was probably 40 hours of effort put into this one over the original.
Yeah, no, I remember the sides, a lot of shaping and stuff. Definitely.
Yeah, I redid like the interior too, more or less. But yeah, so this one had a lounge somewhere in it.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm at it.
Oh yeah, right up here. So this is a candidate. The Gigacore had a nice lounge in it too.
I don't remember. You had one that was just way different. I don't remember which one it is now.
I don't know. I did this kind of thing for a lot of them. They look so much better at night though, and that's the thing. That's why I love the lighting so much, is because it's the only time when you can really make stuff look more realistic, I think. Or not, I don't know, better.
The Carapace doesn't have one. Does the garden?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the lounge ships. This one had a lounge. I think that was on the top.
Best JRandall CV ever. Oh. Carapace C2. Look at that.
C2. Oh, you got the C2? Oh yeah. I still like the looks of this ship. It's
awesome. Classic, man. This is a good starter, man. I know people that still use this in their game.
Do they? Yeah. Well, I was scared because it was kind of a starter, but I built it out of combat steel. So, I mean, I highly doubt it would work anymore because I'm pretty sure the thrust power, how thrusters work this day and time, it probably couldn't even take off the ground. Probably way too heavy to move. And I spelled the word carapace wrong on the blueprint, but I fixed it before I on Steam. Yeah. But it always kept the name Cara PASE, and it's supposed to be PACE. And that was me being oh God, where did this come from?
I'm looking at lounges, Jay. What do you mean?
Oh yeah. I kind of forgot about this ship's got.
Wait, you forgot about this? How could you?
Well, I didn't forget about it, but yeah, I would say for lounge-like areas, this
my
ship
fingers probably still hurt.
Has way more than any other ship, and lots of I
wouldn't know where to find it though.
Well, it depends which lounge you want to go to because there's a lot more than one. Like the top front of the ship is all Crazy Sea lounge areas, but then you got the whole theater complex over there too. That's Crazy Sea over here too. I love this theater. I love this theater. This is so cool. Yeah. That's
the Martian traditional pub. Not bad.
It's one of them. There's more. There's like 4 bars in this.
There are, I remember. There's a lot of bars.
It's got it's got that. Yeah, there's another one by the shooting range. Oh yeah, shooters lounge over here, and then. But I think my favorite area of the ship is probably the left side of the hangar, the 3 floors there that have the bottom floor is the theater complex or the cinema, and then above that it's got the fitness exercise area, and then on top of that it has that giant cafe, the Rooster or the Red Rooster or something.
I don't know where you are. Where is it?
Okay, you see me. If you go into the and then up top above that, you got this gigantic cafe. It's I feel bad too because I ended up stripping probably half the seating out of the cafe, trying to lower size class. I don't know if that was even worthwhile to do. Fun, extremely time-consuming build.
Yeah, dude. I agree, Dark. I just want to see you build something you're gonna love, dude. You gotta do that, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I miss building the fluff stuff, but
Yeah, do it, man. Build you a yacht, man. Build you something that you know, build something cool like that.
I might have to
Build a
do
big
that.
exploration SV that is just for, you know, with a long range radar that's just for exploring, like, you know, planets and shit.
It could be kind of fun.
Like a big UAV kind of deal. It'd be cool, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
Don't worry about the combat, man. The combat's like forever changing and
Yeah,
stress out.
yeah. I guess I got so fixated on combat because, well, I mean, like Reforged Eden. Okay, I got bazillions of little starter bases, but we outgrew starter stuff in these playthroughs so unbelievably fast that it's like probably could have got by without anything.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been focused on starter stuff. So then I go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, okay, we need the crazy end game stuff now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Don't stress on it. The war chain.
Tractor.
The modified prefab.
Oh, okay, yeah. Piston war chain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turn on.
Probably needs quantums. Or see this wacky thing here. This is another incomplete project.
Concept art shit. Yeah, dude, look at that. It's cool.
It's different. Yeah, I was someone talked me into like building this from a concept art picture.
Yeah.
But it was like all curves, and I'm like, I can't do that in this, and they're like, oh, do it anyway, and so this is what I ended up with. But there's no way I could like build what was in the picture. It was just
Right. No, I tried to do that with the Mando ship too, and there's just certain angles like.
Yeah, this one was unusually bad because literally everything was round on it, and it was like, okay, you just can't do that.
Right. Remember that thing over there?
Which way am I? Oh, this guy. Oh, holy crap! Wow,
Yeah.
you got this around?
Yeah.
This is like the old school, like first person. Like,
Yeah.
yep. Wow, I didn't know you had this one around yet. Yeah, I was.
You gave this to me a long time ago. You're like, I'm never gonna finish this. If you want to finish it, and I was like,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I remember this. Look at that. It's asymmetrical and everything, man. It's partially.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, this took me forever to build, and it was built in survival, and I spelled Persis wrong, I think. But there's a different spelling of Persis out there too, so it's kind of confusing. But anyway.
First girlfriend was named Persis. In 6th grade.
Oh really?
Yeah, random,
Oh wow.
Random.
Yeah, and I had the farm.
We
I
went
remember
out for a week. It was awesome.
Oh wow, nice.
Best week ever.
Oh yeah, and this. Oh yeah, this had the. Do you see this really cool crafting room in here? Look at this.
Yeah. Look at all the colors, man. Wow.
It had the early setup with the constructors behind the blocks.
Dude, I emulated that. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then anytime you did something new, I'd be like, "Oh, we're doing that now. Okay." Sweet. Oh, that's a good idea, Jay.
Well, I feel bad because I totally abandoned that whole blocking off the constructors, but it doesn't work with the constructors anymore because the constructors that used to fit here used to have a screen that would perfectly line up to that hole, and it doesn't work that way anymore. So
I remember when I used to put those ramps on the med station, and I never realized until I spawned in one and I couldn't get out that blocks you from stepping out of the.
Oh.
My God, genius.
Yeah, a lot of live and learns.
Yeah.
Oh, this even has an armor locker in it. Holy crap! 3 color coordinated fridges.
There you go.
And oh yeah, and the side repair bay that goes between the front and rear hangars.
A garden with actual like plants in it.
Oh yeah. They used to keep you see
to do
more evidence that I actually used farms, because these what these things would make is the canned vegetables.
Yeah, durian.
Yeah.
That's just called vegetables.
Oh,
Yeah, your first engine room, man.
Oh yeah. God, that's been a long time. Yeah, first engineering room. Yeah. No, this was a monumental task building this ship. For me at the time, it was just like this is like this crazy.
So what happened? Stuff. You started over, right? Because I remember you said something like that, like you had to start completely over.
Well, I kind of went on. I got to so far, and I didn't know how to make it look better at the time, and the layout inside was kind of screwing me up with the asymmetrical thing a little bit, because it was weird. But I don't know. I just by the time I got this one to this state, I wanted to do something better. And shortly after this one, I did build the other Persis, which I thought was a lot better looking ship.
Of course, yeah.
And yeah, it's you can see some characteristics. So I didn't completely abandon the style of it or anything. It's just I learned so much with blocks and things, and realized that this one was kind of on the narrow side to do what I was trying to do and stuff. And yeah. And I don't think I didn't have a good layout inside, and the farm was weird in back, and there's a lot of things.
The Persis was awesome, dude. Because it spoke to the Navy in me, right? I was like, oh man, this is it. Flying the MX3s off of the tarmac. Hell yeah.
Yeah, then the Persis, I mean, to date is my most successful workshop creation. I mean, so that's number one. It's beat out all my other creations and subs and everything. So that's what it's got a lot of support too. I mean, because the CB2 was a major thing, but there was update to the CB2 to keep it in check again a couple times. But now I feel bad because I actively know that it's severely lacking on. I don't even know how it flies or if it even works anymore. And
it doesn't move very well anymore. Even with the quantums, like it won't stay up in the air. It's like it was like falling down like a brick. That was awesome for a minute there.
You know, again, it was a predating wasted volumes, and all you needed for lift thrust is enough to get it off the ground, and that was it.
Yeah.
It just didn't need what it does now.
All right, I had to get that out of my system. That was awesome.
Yeah, no, that is cool. That was cool. I'll have to do some cinematic video of like flybys and.
Telling you, man. Yeah. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool if we could do like that's a cool idea, actually. Imagine doing like a recruiting video, not a recruiting video, but like an Anvil like demo video, and just have like a bunch of the different builds from like the Designers Challenge, like doing a theme song like that or something. That could be cool, man. And just having them all flying out of like the Leviathan or something. That could be sick, bro.
I have thought about. I wanted at one point, and I even made my own song for this, right? Not singing song, but it just a digital song. And I wanted to do like this Creel video, and it would be about like the first contact of Creel, and I wanted to do this like over a year ago, and I never did.
Yeah.
And basically like I had this idea how the cinematics, and like you would record everything and have to edit it and all that stuff, which I'm not a big fan of, but could make like this like 2.5 minute video showing like the Creel, and then like first contact with humans and how vicious the Creel were, and then the song changes at a certain point, and it sounds more like heroic, and that part of it would be like showing like the human and possibly the MCRN like gearing up to go fight the Creel, and then the end part of the song is like crazy, and then that's when all the fighting would be, and then there's like this sorrow and all this destruction and blown up ships and stuff after that, and that would have been like the video.
I just saw all that in my head. Like, that's creepy. I saw all that in my head just now. Like, no, dude, you know what? Like, see, I wish I could just, like, think of things and they magically happen. Like, you could imagine, like, one episode of our Let's Play just being, like, in Lego.
Oh, right. Yeah, no kidding.
You can imagine Jay, like, walking around, like, hey, guys. And they're like, oh, no. And then he just blows up, but in Legos. That would be hilarious, man. Oh my god, it would be so cool! Like stop motion shit.
I got this whole script in my mind of this thing too, and it's just like I guess I just didn't have the ambition to try to do it, and then I wanted to find. I would have needed test pilots and like a server so we could all go on. But then when I'm seeing stuff flying around the game, I'm like, that's far too choppy. That's not going to work. It looks too.
But you can do it. I mean, it's been done. There's been some cool. Like I know Tim used to do like a lot of cool stuff for his things. I know Crazy does.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was gonna get Crazy, and he was willing to do it too. I just never.
We gotta do it, man. Hey, get the community, man. If there's people that are interested in doing that, like I'm sure people would do the footage and stuff. You know, like they fly for you while you do the footage or whatever.
Yeah, it would be a project though. I mean, because it'd be a lot of setup, and there's a little bit of plot. Like, well,
we got the servers, we got the, you know what I mean? I mean, we have all the stuff we need to kind of do it. It's just a matter of making it an event and getting people to actually do it.
I had like one part is basically like these Krill are like super hostile, right? So humans go out to this really far away planet, and they're like, they got reports that there was really good resources there, so it was like an observation. So they go out in this and actually in the video, or what I had was a Carapace C3, like a smaller one. So they land, and then they get out, and then they see those weird overseer insects and stuff like running around, and then they get close, and there's more and more of them, and one of the dudes that's out there shoots at one, and then the Krill wake up because those insects are their buddies, but the Krill are actually like stealthed out and literally all around them. So you'd see the like complete darkness, and then the ships, you know how they got all the texture lights on them, right. They would like light up, and then they just like go in and completely like destroy that whole thing, except somebody gets away somehow, or video gets out there of the attack. And that would have been kind of like the first contact of the Krill that they didn't.
Like we could totally we could totally do this, man. Like imagine, okay, I'm just thinking out loud here, right? Imagine if like you actually wrote something out like that, right? And then like maybe every 2 weeks or every week we do a stream day where we actually like film a scene, and then we just just different people participate. And then we're just like, like I could stream it so people can give feedback and watch the behind the scenes. But then we're actually filming this thing. And then like, you know what I mean? And then like eventually it's like we got this like machinima thing. That'd be cool as hell, dude. Like that's kind of a cool idea, man.
It would be a lot of fun. I mean, I had ideas too of Krill attacking like the human, and you could use like those explosives blocks and detonators, and have like a couple like stunt pilots out there like flying a couple of Krill ships like over a building, but then someone else hits the trigger to detonate the explosives on the building, and try to film it all in a nice smooth sequence, Michael Bay style.
We could do that. Like what's stopping us, dude? We could totally do that shit.
It's a lot of time and work, and that's the thing that was kind of stopping me. It's like I wanted to, and then I didn't want to, and it's like I'd wake up one day and I'm like, yeah, I should really do this and plan it all out. And the next day I wake up and it's like, oh, that's too much. I don't feel like doing that.
But if you get like 10 people doing it, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't think it would be that hard to do it. Like if we set up a group, right? And we just picked one scene. Let's do the first scene. It involves 2 Krill, a human, these 2 ships on the carrier. And then it's like a 5-minute scene, and it's like we just plan it, and then we film that scene, and then we just get it perfect, and then you just take it one scene at a time, and eventually we're gonna have this whole like episode. That's kind of a cool idea, man. That's a interesting way to play the game and design for the game. Like, because you're designing set pieces, you're designing.
Oh
like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
With all the Creel buildings and stuff I've got now, I could really put up a really cool set. And even like Escarly, he made like a planet with the that looks like with the Creel with the purple, and you could put all that stuff on there. But
bro,
and you got to get the right. A problem with the server though is so many like Creel. Literally, almost anytime you would film on like a Creel planet, you'd have to be able to modify the time of day and the weather, because typically it should be foggy and like darkish, but not night. You know what I mean? Like,
we could figure that out, dude. That wouldn't be hard. I mean, dude, like honestly, like I don't know, man. This might be a cool thing to do, man. We'll talk. This might be a cool thing to do.
I think it could be done, but like the problem, like even on the creative server here, when I was watching you like fly a ship around, once in a while I'll see it for a bit and it's smooth, but other times I'm just seeing it like chopping. It's like you see it move like, and then it just like backs up for a second, then it starts moving forward again, and then it backs up, then it moves forward again. So I keep on.
But think like an editor, though. Think about, you could basically have different. You could have like a wide pan shot. You could have like a close up shot of the pilot. And you could basically cut those to where that sequence looks.
That is true. Yeah.
So you got to think about it. Like, you're doing the overall footage, but then after that, you're going into editing and you're actually making it look like this cool scene, right? Like with the different camera angles and shit, dude. I'm kind of like excited for this. This is a cool way to like. Because now you're building for the movie. You're not building necessarily even for function. You're just building cool shit for,
A lot of these things that I've built, and you've seen me build like some of those random buildings and stuff, is all they're like set pieces. Yeah. Like, I never planned on using them for anything in the game, but they're just like, if I want to create a scene or take a nice looking picture for screenshots or whatnot, then I've got all these like assets I can throw down on the scene to make it look neat, and I got a lot of these assets now, so that's not a problem.
Yeah. First scene at the Ripper bar or whatever, like.
Oh yeah,
dude! Oh my god, dude! Like, you could do so much, dude. Like, and it would just be never ending. Like, we could just continually.
Well, I even thought of like taking part of it, like where it's like you're watching the news and it's like breaking news and Creel attacks blah 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 base.
Yeah.
No survivors, and everybody's like freaking out. It's just like.
Oh my god, dude! This is we gotta do this, dude. We'll talk, man. We got to do something like this, man. Like, and I'm sure there's people in the community that would be totally down to like do this too. And lots of creative people that would be interested in helping out and shit. This could be a cool community thing, man.
It was basically me that kind of like, I kind of wanted to, but I sort of didn't, and then it was me that dropped the ball. And I got one other acid band. Can I even spawn this here? Whew. I didn't finish this one, but yeah, this was going to be a Creel jump gate part for the video where you see where I'm at. I moved a little bit.
Cool.
If you had crap, I don't know.
There's a compass. There's a compass in the game.
Okay, well, if you see me on the map. I'm just to the side of all the other stuff.
I'm just to the side. Which side, Jay? What side?
Oh.
What box?
The box! Straight at the freaking box!
What's okay, so
box? Not that box, the
person CV2 would be pointing at it. But look up in the sky. So yeah, east and up a little bit. And you'll see it's not quite done, but it's a Creel jump gate. And it can fit the Overseer through it. And I was going to use this for a scene in space where the Creel are like warping in, where humans didn't think they could do it, because they thought the Creel was like, they're a long ways away yet. They're not an immediate threat to us. And then all of a sudden, like, this shows up by Jupiter or something, and bam, and it's like, oh crap.
I don't see you.
You don't see me.
I see you, but.
Okay, go up in the air a little bit. If you're Are you on the ground?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. But that's what this was supposed to be for. Is a warp gate in the.
This is you watching Expanse. You're like,
Yeah. A little bit.
oh,
Yeah. It was kind of an
yeah,
idea about that.
yeah,
So
dude.
and I was just thinking some kind of cool scenes, and I kept on thinking, how could you make this actually look like it worked? You know, like you would
Right.
not see through it, like on the
A
other
million
side.
force field emitters.
Yeah, or something. So yeah, it looked like it was actually like a big warp portal or something.
Well,
You
if
know.
you did a bunch of force field emitters and then you did the window frame thingies, the window shutter thingies, the ones that are airtight, because you know how
Yeah.
they're blue on one side.
Oh, okay.
That might, and then you wouldn't be able to see through it, but
Yeah.
that'd be weird. I don't know,
Remember
man.
that CV? I think it was that had the laser light that came out of it that shot straight forward. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I do.
Those going towards the middle.
That'd be interesting. That is some trippy stuff to do on LCD. I tried to do that with the Helios a little bit, but I failed.
Okay, yeah, I don't know too much about LCD. I just remember that laser light so you could see where you're shooting at, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, it would have to be really big. I mean, this thing is really quite gigantic. It might not look like that because it's not much to look at, but it's really big.
Wow, dude. All right, so I'm excited. This was good, man. This is a good. This is good. I think it was a good talk, man. I think.
Yeah.
I think we got some stuff out. We got some vented some frustration out maybe with the game and stuff. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we gotta have fun, man. We just gotta remember to have fun. Remember
that is the thing too. Yeah, I build because it's fun.
Yeah.
And it kind of became fairly unfun lately, so I just haven't really been wanting to build much.
Yeah, we're creating our own content, right? And that's.
But I was
that's
trying too hard.
fun.
I think I was trying too hard for too many like specific kinds of technical builds for game purposes, and kind of losing the reason why I was building in the first place, which was art and design.
Dude, I'm excited, man. This could be cool. This could be really cool, dude. I'm serious too, man. Dude, making like an actual like machinima of Empyrion as a community, that would be insane, dude. That would be so cool. And then being able to watch it and shit together, like.
Oh yeah, I believe it could look pretty good, but you wouldn't want to have any like close-ups of some of the stuff. I mean, you know, like maybe some interior
it's the game.
stuff.
It is what it is. But I mean, some of the most successful, you know, like you remember the stuff that what's his name did? The Battlefield 2 stuff back in the day. Mines and all that stuff. What was his name? Snowfrost or something? I forget that. But it's all within the game, right? You look at Red versus Blue. That's one of the most popular machinimas ever, right? And that's just Halo, like, you know, and it's just them bobbing their heads and shit. And I mean, that's all you need, dude. It has to be funny and entertaining to the people that play the game, and people that play the game understand, right? Like,
right.
I mean, I have a million jokes in my head about crouching already. Like, this is gonna be hilarious, dude. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Like,
if only I could crouch, I would have got shot in the head with that rocket.
Like have a scene where it's like Private Duck. Rocket just hits him in the head and blows up. I can't duck, sir. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I'm excited, man. All right, I think it's gonna be it for this stream.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I thought we were gonna do like a building of SVs, but
I know.
Yeah,
we just went off,
totally,
dude.
Yeah, we really did. We can tell when we go off because there's a lot of things that get spawned.
Like a million things. Like people have seen these things at least 30 times.
Probably.
Oh my god. No, dude. Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for sticking around, listening to us rant. And Donk, of course.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and We're gonna raid Obsidian, man. Obsidian's doing his brand new Conan Let's Play here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's give Obi some love.
All right.
Yeah. See you all later.
See ya.
Take it easy, out.